A Niners! Happy Father's Day. Here's the thing, nowadays, you can only have so much fun because you got to stay the heck up out of the way. And I know, a lot of us are thinking now, hey, COVID, I'm still going to live my life. And I got no problem with that, but I'm just, man, it's causing people to be just a little bit freaked out and scared. So I hope you had a good Father's Day today in spite of all that madness. And speaking of COVID-19, around 10 teams have reported at least one positive COVID-19 test. Can you imagine? They don't always, that doesn't always make news, but the NFL, it's only the Players Association, not the league, not yet, has advised players to stop working out together to prevent the spread of COVID-19. And the reason, Jeremy Fowler of ESPN reports that, quote, around 10 teams have reported positive coronavirus tests for at least one of their players. And we got one. I always think, well, it ain't going to happen to us. Because, I'd heard about the other guys. Oh, man. Reports have indicated that the Cowboys, the Texans, the Rams, Broncos, now us, and Buccaneers have had a player or multiple players test positive. Zeke Elliott, Von Miller, Kareem Jackson, names everybody knows, Brian Allen, are all players who are known to have contracted that cursed virus. The Saints coach Sean Payton has recovered from COVID. According to Fowler, the NFL and NFLPA share a database that updates each time a team reports a positive test, and there's been an uptick of positive cases for the past 2 weeks. And that uptick shows what can and likely will happen during the season. The NFL and its teams have to figure out how to mitigate the virus because the SOB is making it clear it's not going to go away quietly. Remember, if you're like me, you were thinking, okay, UV, summer sun, just like most viruses, it'll sort of like fizzle out. The MF is increasing. And now there's reports that it's hitting 20 and 30-year-olds, more so than it was earlier, because it was usually about retirement homes, older people. It can't get to 20 and 30-year-olds, folks. Fam, football players of that age group. Okay, you know what? Let me get away from that. I want to talk about things that make me smile. Let's get smile stuff. It's now official. 49ers have a new left tackle to replace All-Pro Joe. Trent Williams passed his physical and signed a restructured deal. He posted the signing on Instagram. If you didn't check that out yet, you should. The team agreed to restructure his deal, which originally was scheduled to pay him a $12.5 million non-guaranteed salary in the final year of a 5-year extension. He signed with Washington. And according to Matt Miacco of NBC Bay Area Sports, some of Williams' money now is guaranteed. I don't know exactly what that means. If only some of it, why not all of it? I don't know. There's no information out on that yet. And let's just start down into the fun stuff. I tell you. And you got to find fun stuff these days. And there's not much fun stuff other than your favorite football team. And then I noticed somebody says they've seen a rumor that that the NFL season will be suspended. That's probably always been the case, depending upon how. Because the MLB, it doesn't seem like they're ever going to get started. And I was hoping if they got started, that's it. Green light, man. Everybody's getting started. The NBA is slated to get something scheduled soon, but they haven't indicated the date yet. I thought I saw a date when they were supposed to open up a Disney World. Every time things seem to be getting just about to happen, and then COVID jumps in and says, holy mackerel, you got 200,000. Shut up. So, I don't know, fam. But Jalen Hurd, let's talk about Jalen Hurd. A hybrid that could take the 49ers offense to the next level. We could, fam, the 49ers via Kyle Shanahan philosophy and offensive approach. He's looking for weapons with diversity of talents. As the 2019 draft signaled the move in that direction, taking both Deebo, who's got skills, And of course, second round, he's a package of skills that includes the toughness of a running back and the route running ability of a wide receiver. And then you got Jalen Hurd. He's a mystery of potentials that include a running back, a tight end, a wide receiver. It goes on and on in Shanahan's offense. Hurd could be nothing short of amazing. We just haven't had the privilege of seeing him unveiled just yet. But fam, this wide receiver group, there's been a lot of attention surrounding the 49ers wide receiver group this offseason, and with a lot of good reason, too. So much potential to become a league best, especially under Shanahan. Good Lord. If you got talent, even if you don't have talent, Shanahan's going to make you look good. That's just the way his offense works. It's a setup of brilliant schemes to screw up the best DCs in the NFL, making them look bad and embarrassing them while he's got guys running around all over the field in a synchronized move, and a bunch of synchronized moves that create space, wide open gaps. The guy's amazing. Much of the discussion has been focused on the emerging leadership from 2019 rookie standout Deebo Samuel, the excitement of 2020 first-round pick Brandon Ayuk, and the ruthless dedication of Kendrick Bourne, who all of a sudden, Kendrick, he understands it's time to lead this room like the talented veteran he has become. Kendrick has been busting butt during this offseason to improve his skills, too. So look for good things from Kendrick. The Niners wide receiver group is, as I mentioned, young, talented, and its members all understand that there will be opportunities to earn a key role in Kyle Shanahan's offensive system. And in 2019, the 49ers offense relied on a strong running game, which we saw way more of than Shanahan probably wanted to use, where they were second in the NFL in team rushing with 2,305 yards and 498 attempts. We ran that ball, baby, and did a great job. But then again, Shanahan's throat-cutting schemes and setups are just amazing. This is why you want to see if he gets that same thing going with that wide receiver attack. The running game is already established. This is the only drawback, or the nice thing from the drawback of not having enough talented wide receivers. Jimmy G still learning the system. Now that stuff is all moved to the next level with Jimmy G and the wide receivers. You got 3 or 4 solid now that can actually do the job. We could have used Deebo, but we're not going to just die without him. He's only going to be gone probably a couple of weeks anyway into the season, so we won't have to do without him, I don't think. So, as I say, through the air, though, they were just 17th in the NFL in passing with 4,029 yards with only 478 pass attempts. That ranked 29th. Not good enough. Not for Shanahan's system. But don't listen to idiots like Florio. Simply put, there's a room for the 49ers to improve their mediocre passing attack. And Jalen Hurd could be the player who helps take Shanahan's offensive scheme to the next level. Looking back on Hurd, he started his collegiate career as a running back at the University of Tennessee, where he rushed for 2,635 yards and 20 TDs in 33 games. That's ridiculous. While starting over, guess who? Yeah, you probably already know. Alvin Kamara. And what is Alvin Kamara in the NFL right now? That's one of the best in the NFL. Jalen had him sitting down on the bench. Now, I know it goes back before maybe full development in time, but that speaks volumes for his potential. In 2016, Hurd announced he was transferring to Baylor, which forced him to sit out the 2017 season. In 2018, Hurd not only switched schools, but he also switched his position and emerged as Baylor's starting slot receiver. Dude hauled in 69 receptions for 946 yards and 4 TDs. And then that was in the slot. So he's not on the field all the time. The 49ers selected Hurd with the 67th overall pick in the 2019 draft, and he followed up his selection with a strong performance in training camp. Remember, I always love to get back to that fight that him and Dante Johnson had. I'm trying to remember the last time I heard that happen. The blocking, it was so violent, Dante got mad, and they had to be separated, I think, from what I remember. And Dante was mad because Jalen was beating him up on the plays. Dante, man, this is like what you're supposed to do. You can't handle the heat. Get out the damn kitchen. Jay Hurd Show. showed a glimpse of his potential in 49ers preseason game versus Dallas when he caught 3 of 5 targets for 31 yards and 2 TDs in his 49ers debut. I know it was preseason foul, but with the way Hurd toyed with the Cowboys Wallabies, that season was interesting. There was absolutely no problem. Jalen, they didn't have anybody amongst the guys trying out for the Cowboys that could do a dang thing with Hurd. He had just abused him like a bunch of little Girl Scouts. And let me know if you know who shows up so I can get into that. Unfortunately, Jay Hurd left the game with a back injury and was placed on injured reserve in October. And he is the rest of his season in his rookie campaign, which is really heartbreaking. Looking forward to the 2020, John Lynch announced Hurd was cleared to return in April. A week before last, though, Hurd posted photos of himself running routes for Jimmy G. The player organized workouts in San Jose State. Dude was looking good as far as his health was concerned, too. Bouncing his step, moving around. Jimmy says he's a little raw, though. They got some things they need to work on, but they'll get it. Now, if we could just keep him healthy, dude could be huge in the Niners offense. And in what ways? Let us count the ways. Slot receiver to start with. I just mentioned how well he does in that. Mrs. Hurd's baby boy is the craziest. A slot receiver at 6'5" and 230 pounds. Hurd is the team's biggest receiver and would be ideal at the slot position in Shanahan's offense. You talk about Big Henry over in Tennessee. Can you see Hurd coming down through there after getting a catch in the middle of the field? It's bad enough when George Kittle does it. Now you got 2 of those type of things happening to you. In his one professional preseason game, Hurd lined up in the slot on 23 of his 32 offensive snaps, according to Pro Football Focus. That's a small sample size, but is a clear indication of where Shanahan wants to utilize Hurd. You can see right now. Kendrick Bourne is the only current 49ers wide receiver to have significant snaps in the slot position, as he lined up there in 47% of his total snaps in 2019. There is actually a gap that needs to be filled in the slot, and Hurd would give Jimmy G a big, bruising, mean target over the middle of the field, not named Kittle. Trent Taylor should also be back healthy in 2020. He will also compete for snaps, but Hurd and Taylor bring different skills to the position that can be utilized in different concepts. And Kyle Shanahan has many of them. So they'll both get work. Hurd became an effective slot receiver in college because of his explosiveness off the line of scrimmage and utilizes smooth cuts to create separation from defenders. He does not shy away from contact and has a natural catching ability. That's a formula for disaster for any defense. If Hurd is coming after me, and I'm playing defense, and I know he's coming down the field and he's looking for me to knock me out, it's going to put a psychological dent in my whole thinking toward in the middle of that game. Because if I take contact from him once and you hear your pads crashing a little louder than they normally do, and you felt a little more zing at the end, and as you try to bring him down, you realize the stress on your arms was like, I hope I can hold him long enough for the rest of the guys to get here. This is going to do weird things to you during the course of that game. Take it from a guy who knows. He's been through it. Yeah, man. He can also be a serious red zone threat as he has the ability to use his size to create space and catch the ball at the highest point over defenders. You see the Cowboys. You see where Hurd handled that dude when that pass was lofted to him in the end zone. I loved it. Hurd said, "Get off me, B." Jumped up. Boom. I'm glad the ref, and I did think that was pushing off. But maybe since the defender was all up in Hurd's grill, maybe it's okay to get away with that. Next, running back hybrid. We all know Shanahan loves creating mismatches with his receivers and running backs. So a versatile player like Hurd could improve the 49ers' overall offensive efficiency by lining up in the backfield, forcing defenses into making shifts. And as soon as you look back there and see all that size, and he knows how to drop a shoulder, it's not just a tall wide receiver trying to play running back. He's played running back. His efficiency by lining up in that backfield forces defenses into making shifts and adjustments. He's also much bigger than the current 49er running backs, so he can find himself carrying the ball as a change of pace back. Suddenly. And it's going to be right around the 3-yard line, 4 or 5 yard line. Jalen, I'm already on my way, coach. Hey, tell them they ain't got the block this time. Them wussies can't do nothing with me. And Shanahan's outside zone sweep and concepts. Can you imagine first having to deal with either side of the offensive lineman? And what wave of humanity will be followed by Juice and Kittle? Now, I mean, you already got Trent Williams over there. Both sides. Trent Williams on one side, you got big Mike McGlinchey on the other side. Shanahan could run an option situation where look at the defense first and see who's lined up where. Most of the time they're going to be on McGlinchey, and let's see, what are you going to put on next to McGlinchey? You know what? Put Kittle on that side and line him up anywhere you want to, just as at the TE. Now you put Jalen in the backfield. Jalen Hurd going left. You got Trent Williams over there already making just things awfully uncomfortable. Here comes either Juice behind that, and here comes Jalen running full speed. That dude can run, right? And you know he cannot outrun Mostert. That's violence. It sounds like a car accident coming off the right corner. I can't wait for this. And as I say, Juice Killer, and introducing the newest member of the road grading crew, Jalen Hurd. Meanwhile, his speed and size make him a difficult runner to bring down and can be valuable in goal line situations, as I mentioned. Jalen Hurd is one of the most versatile players on the roster, and finding unique ways to get the ball in his hand, it will be, Shanahan, knowing him, it will be one of his highest priorities. There will be rough patches as he's still technically a rookie and will need to improve his overall route running, and most importantly, stay healthy. As Jimmy G mentioned about his rawness, but a versatile threat like Jalen Hurd is exactly what the 49ers offense needs. Figure out if there's something to look forward to, it could be keep that boy Hurd upright and rolling, and we'll be ooh-wee. Because I know last year, Deebo still was going to be the man. Ain't no doubt about that in my mind. But can you imagine him, Hurd, fam? You know what, though? If Taylor and Hurd would have been there last year, I doubt the 49ers would have went after Sanders. This changes the whole historical perspective in ways that you can't even, you can imagine a lot, but what difference it would make? If we could just get this season on track. Get the virus out of here! This would be such an exciting year. Tom West, I see it, thanks, fam. He said Jalen Hurd went off for 1,285 yards in his sophomore year as a back with 12 TDs. I know, Tom. I know. I tell you, this guy is just all kinds of fun and excitement. If we could just keep him healthy. I don't know if that back thing was just something unusual. They say that Hurd does, with his playing style, it does, his potential for getting injured is high. But if he can stay out there longer, and he said the same thing about Nick Bosa, too. Nick went on to become the Rookie of the Year and played every guy. Did Nick miss a game? No. He played the entire season and playoffs. So you never know. You never know. Kenny Sanger. Hey, Kenny. Happy Father's Day to everyone. I hope you all had a great day with your families. That's right. Good stuff, Kenny. Matt S. from Bend, Oregon. You know, Matt. Ray Jr., hey, with everything going, you remain strong and know everything will get better. Happy Father's Day, Ray Jr., we got to keep that in mind. You keep those positive vibes going. It has an effect on the biorhythms. Keep that positive energy coming. Tito Perez, hey, I'm more worried about the players that might have tested positive on COVID-19. Yeah, though, they're at that age group where I think they're going to shake it quick. A lot of guys are already back in training, working out. It doesn't have the same effect. The lung damages and all those things they cause, the psychological things and things like that, I don't think it's going to affect the players like it does older folks. Kim Boutreau says, Happy Father's Day. Cheers to all the men and God-given leaders in our lives. Thanks, Kim. And Otis let me see. Is that a spell? Dislas. Otis V. I'm going to call you that because I think there might be something wrong with it. So glad to have you, Ronbo. To help put my mind not in such I do have a huge concern that we'll lose football this year. Yeah, that's already circulating, huh? We still have 2 months to go. So, anything can happen in 2 months, and not all necessarily bad news. The NBA looks like it's going to get back in. Baseball, there is a strong indication baseball will not happen. I don't know. Hey, Desmond, come on in, Des.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Desmond, man, I'm just sitting back here tripping on the possibilities of Jalen Hurd and what he would possibly do to make this offense even more dynamic and fun to watch. What are you thinking?
Well, I am also. I'm very excited about Jalen Hurd. I think Coach Shanahan is going to he's going to find ways to get these players the ball. The 49ers are the first team that I heard that deemed coined the phrase of offensive weapon, juice. And I think Kittle falls under the same category also. We have to get that dude signed. But after we get him signed, with Deebo going down, if you put Jalen Hurd into the equation as him being as versatile as he is, when you put these guys out on the field and you all of a sudden people start going into motion and everything, man, defenses are going to catch hell. Defense trying to stop them. They really are, and that's not to mention our running backs and everything like that. I mean, Shanahan is kind of going to this thing to where his offensive players don't really have a position. You know what I'm saying?
They call it positionless football. That's what they've been calling the 49ers offense now for the last about year or so, since they noticed what we got. Yep. Right. You hit it.
So these defensive coordinators, during the week, man, they're going to catch hell trying to defend us.
Huge disadvantage.
Jalen Hurd, you can line him up in the backfield. You can line him up wide. You can put him in the slot. I mean, same thing with Kittle. You can line these guys up anywhere, and they're going to draw. Kittle is going to draw attention no matter what. Then you sneak Hurd in there, and then we got the running game and everything. We got new left tackle. Man, we're going to be hard to stop if we can just get the season on in there.
Yes.
If we can just get the season started, we will be hard to stop. Even Ross Dwelly, even if I think Kittle's going to play regardless. But even if we decide to go double tights and we put Kittle in there along with Ross Dwelly, I mean those Arizona games, Dwelly stepped up huge,
didn't he?
In those games against Arizona, and Deebo will be back. I mean. He's going to be. I believe he's going to be fine. He went live the other day after the surgery, and it seems like he's going to be. I hope he's going to be fine. That foot injury is a funny one because our slot receiver,
Trent Taylor.
Yeah, Trent Taylor. His procedure, has been tricky and everything. But even him in the slot, I mean, defensive coordinators are going to have a lot to think about when we step out on that field. And Jalen Hurd is going to be a huge part of that, being that Deebo has went down. But all of that said, and we still got our running game, man, we should be fine on offense.
It's exciting to look forward to. I just can't wait to get it unleashed. And, do you realize, Desmond, after this year, and if we could just get this year in, starting in 2021 to about 2024, the 49ers will be so polished, so efficient, for as long as we can hold on to all the contracts we can. I see that offense being literally unstoppable. Unstoppable. The only thing that can stop them is God and injury. That's it. From what you just outlined, with all the diversity this offensive line will have, offensive weapons will have, each and every one of them brings a terrifying thing to try to stop if you're DC.
Right,
Gosh.
right, and we haven't even mentioned Ayuk yet. I mean, he's a good wide receiver, but he kind of has the same skill set as Deebo. So, like I said, when you line this guy up and you start putting people into motion, you're going to have to pick your poison. because you're going to get hit with something. Because the way Shanahan frees up our skilled players, if we can find us a decent kick returner and set up some short feet.
Hey,
Jimmy,
Richie
I'm
James,
looking for Jimmy to be a
Richie just got hurt his fan. We got to be nice to him.
right, and you know, you can return kicks, so we can try him out there. And I'm looking for Jimmy to be a top 5 quarterback this year. I'm not with all the weapons that he has around him and his knowledge of the offense and how he was running when they were getting together and over in Tennessee and over in California.
I put that under the column of leadership. Jimmy's going to be fine. All he needed was a year with Shanahan, get over the knee, and let's go. I think we're at that place right now.
Right. I mean, the national pundits, I mean, they failed to realize that Jimmy was coming off of an ACL. You know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't for some of the drop passes and everything during the first part of the year before we signed Sanders, he would have easily went over 4,000.
Yeah, he'd been well over 4,000 yards. And that was with a team that ran the ball a lot. People are going to leave him alone this year. Right. I got a feeling if we can just get this season in, people are going to leave Jimmy alone. Hey, Devin, good stuff, fam. We'll be back tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there.
Looking for you, too. Have a good night, fam.
Shout out.
Big Dez, boy. There's a lot of good stuff. Hey, Tom West, Jawan Jennings is going to step up and ball out. He's nasty. He runs like an uncontained dog, quoted by Jennings, 9.69, 8 TDs, 30 broken tackles after the catch. See, that's what I'm saying. If you aren't a tough guy this year with the 49ers as a wide receiver, you're going to have problems. So that's why I just you gotta hope for guys like, I know you don't. I'm not gonna mention his name because I've already promised I'll leave him alone. And here he comes. This Justin, did you get that procedure done in the other eye?
That's tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay, it wasn't last week. Okay.
8 a.m. Yeah, tomorrow. I have it tomorrow at 8 a.m.
So you got to get up pretty early.
Right eye. I'm right now seeing out of one eye because I got the other eye attached because the other eye is to me. Yeah. So yeah, it's
you only need one eye.
Like in this latter week. Yeah. Feel like Deathstroke with this, okay? Like Deathstroke, Slade Wilson, or.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. And if nothing else, you can
I'm
wear
a Buccaneer now.
I'm about to join
that Buccaneers fan group.
That's
I'm about to join the Buccaneers fan group, okay? I'm about to join the Buccaneers fan group because
the Raiders wear an eye patch, so you don't want to be mistaken for them. Can you see you walking down the street with a black eye patch and a red Niners cap on? That'd be hilarious. People start saying, "Hey man, who are you supposed to be? What does it look like? You a Raider fan? You want to hit in the face?" Get away with him, Justin.
Have you seen what is going on Twitter right now? The 49ers Twitter right now is on fire right now. It's on fire.
What's trending? Crazy. What's trending? I've been there about an hour and a half.
So apparently, Kendrick Bourne tweeted to Des Bryant with eye emojis. Des responded with eye emojis, and now 49ers Twitter is on fire.
Dez is irrelevant these days. I mean, I can't imagine. Boy, Dez is. Oh my goodness. I don't see it. I'll find it later. Anyway, Justin, before we get into Dez and anything else, what do you think about the potential? Can you imagine Jalen Hurd brought into the fold this year? How dynamic does this offense increase?
I think it starts with Trent Taylor being healthy. Trent Taylor, when we got Jimmy G, he was kind of the main target for Jimmy Garoppolo, and he's the reason we won that Titans game, where Robbie Gould kicked the field goal when we beat the Titans at our house, and then we went on to beat Jacksonville the next week. I think the chemistry between Jimmy G and Trent Taylor, if he's healthy, and speaking of Trent, he just got married. He just got engaged yesterday, so that's a shout out to him. You know, maybe the good luck in marriage will make him healthy this year. So I think if Trent Taylor mentors Jalen Hurd, and maybe he can mentor Dante Pettis, because maybe this is Dante Pettis is maybe it was like a sophomore slump where he had a sophomore slump, and then next year he's phenomenal, where he was in his rookie year, because he was really good in his freshman year. His rookie year, he was really good, you know.
Yes,
so
right.
I just think that if Trent Taylor is, and this is Trent Taylor's last year with the Niners too, this is his contract year. He expires after this year, so
he's a 4-year
Trent Taylor's also on that contract year. And I love Trent Taylor. I love the physicalness of him coming out of Louisiana Tech. I like the physicalness, but I don't see the 49ers bringing him back if he continues to get injured. I really don't, because
Taylor, Trent Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think Jalen Hurd can. He just has to stay healthy. He just he has to make sure that he's doing everything good. And just be physical, but not too physical where you're injuring yourself, because we need you for the long run, especially for playoffs, especially with 7 teams now. There's only one team that can get the 1 seed and the bye.
Mm-hmm.
That fight for the 1 seed in the NFC is going to be tight. It's really going to be tight this year. It's really going to be tight. So we need him for the long one.
Yeah, he brings, and that room is so deep now, and I do think Hurd's going to. Well, I'm pretty sure Hurd emerges from it as one of the guys that is going to be kept. We went through this last year too. How many guys is Kyle going to keep out of that wide receiver room? That's where the question comes in, and then you can start to figure out who's going to make it.
Well, 4 running backs and probably 6 receivers. Because you got Jerick McKinnon, you got Tevin Coleman, you got Raheem Mostert, and you got Jeffrey Wilson. All really did well. Jeffrey Wilson, I was at that game where we came back from 16-0 down, and we won the game. And which wide receiver, Richie James, if he didn't have that catch, we don't walk out with a victory that game. If he doesn't have that 47-yard game.
Their defense was doing a good job. That's true.
Yeah. So I think you go in with a 4 running back group, and you go in with 6 receivers, and because one receiver goes down, you have one that you could pass the passing thing, or if a receiver goes down, I don't know, one of our receivers goes down, you could easily pass it down to Jerick McKinnon, because Jerick McKinnon has the ability to the passing offense. So he's been in the passing offense before. So
he's going to mostly be he's going to be in the slot. Yeah, the thing is with that is you're liable to get into a situation where if Jerick's going to be the guy as far as receiver goes.
Yeah.
You might be able to afford to let one slot guy go.
I just have I wonder if Tevin Coleman's actually going to start over Raheem Mostert. Because I remember last year we thought Matt Breida was going to get the nod, and then Coleman got the nod, and then Coleman got injured week 1, and then Breida took over spot, and then Raheem Mostert ended up starting by week 9, I think.
Wait, Coleman got hurt in week 1?
I think so. I remember he got hurt week 2. Week 2. He got hurt for week 2. So that's what I'm wondering. Is Tim Coleman going to get the nod again, or McKinnon and Mostert and Wilson, or is this going to be whoever performs the best?
With Shanahan, it could be its strategy. He sets things up. That change of pace he does it with a certain. His timing on that is he's got something in mind when he does that. So it doesn't really matter who starts; it's who finishes in Shanahan's offense. So that's probably not going to be a big deal. Starting doesn't mean the same as most traditional setups. So that's going to be tough to figure out now.
I just wonder. I wonder if they're going to extend Kendrick Bourne, because Kendrick Bourne, I think, has the ability to be a number 1 receiver alongside Deebo Samuel. I wonder, because he's on a 1-year contract. So I wonder if they're going to extend him.
Well, you'll have to wait till next year on that. If they're going to either give him another 1-year Kendrick for the next 5 years. I don't know. He's going to be working hard this year. We'll see.
Yeah.
Justin, we're gonna go. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Hey, good luck with that, and hopefully I do hear from you tomorrow. That means you recovered already.
Hopefully,
You're out of the.
hopefully, because I'm gonna be on a bunch of drugs. So I'm
Yeah, I
gonna be
mean,
on a
right?
bunch of
Yeah,
drugs.
you'd be
And,
funny talking on sedatives. All right.
yeah.
Good
Yeah,
luck with that.
I'm gonna try, but I'm not gonna promise anything because
Nah.
these drugs knocked me out like all night last time. So
We'll just wait to hear from you a little later. All right, Justin.
yes,
Good
sir.
stuff.
All right, stay safe, everybody. I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully I'm actually gonna the next time I'm joining, I'm gonna be on Zoom. So
All right. Maybe we'll open up just for you. Yeah.
You'll see the face behind us talking.
That'd be something
You
special.
guys
All right.
you guys have a good day.
You too. Derek.
Yeah, yo, Ronbo.
Derek, man, sit down and how you doing?
Oh, pretty good, man. How you doing, brother?
Awesome. Staying out of the troubles,
good.
staying out of COVID's way and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And tonight, just to get away, and something to laugh about, because Jalen Hurd, if we could get him developed, do you realize that offense just gets ridiculous? I mean, Kittle and Hurd and Sanders, and let's go ahead and throw Jennings in on that play if you can. I mean, the rough and toughness of this offense is just starting to get insane. But what do you think about Jalen Hurd? You got expectations?
Oh, yeah, I actually love the way he plays. He's big, he's physical. I think he's got decent speed for his size. He reminds me a lot of Kittle, to be honest with you, Ronbo, as far as, like, play style. Yeah, I think as long as the back recovers well, which I think he's well on his way because he was there at the practices. And, yeah, I think so. I mean, I think we have a lot of players coming back that are going to be instrumental in just taking us to the next level. From Jalen, you got Trent, and McKinnon. If all three of them show up, yeah, I think everybody's in trouble, to be honest with you.
Dick, we knew what brick by brick meant. We had an idea what they were talking about. But do you realize the 49ers have now built a machine on both offense and defense? And it took them 3 years to do it. That's what really freaks me out.
Yeah.
That offense, it's young and needs further development. But my God, they got the right bricks.
Yeah, because, I mean, Jalen Hurd, I mean, so many, like you were talking with another caller, I think, before Justin, about, positionless football.
Yes.
And I think that's what helps. Not only do we disguise it with ghost motions, you don't know how everybody's going to be used on that roster from week to week, even if you're doing the research on them. And I think that's going to hurt even more.
Oh, God, that's the magic of Shanahan's offense. You don't know what's coming at you.
Yep. So I don't know. We might have to throw one of those Rams games to save McVay's job next. We already did it for Dan Quinn. He's next. Yeah. So
you're right, because McVay him and Kyle are good friends. I just like Dan Quinn and Kyle are good friends.
I wonder if he's drinking today because of Trent Williams' deal.
I tell you,
I don't know.
And we play Washington this year, don't we?
We played them. Well, we have Dallas.
Wait.
I don't know, Ronbo.
Whoa.
We played them last year.
We're all in that division. We're in that division this year. I think we have to. I think they come to us, though.
Do we have them? Yeah, you're right. We do, because we have the Giants as well. We have the Giants.
We play the NFC.
So,
the NFC
yep,
East.
You're right. You're exactly right.
Boy,
they're in trouble. But
Trent can't wait. Trent Williams can't wait.
So one thing that I'm sad about right now, Ronbo, and that's got to be seeing Trent Williams and Bosa go head-to-head in practice. Because I watched Bosa, some of his gameplay in the Rams game today, and the first one, week 6, and watched him bull rush and stuff like that. And I don't know how that works with Trent Williams. It would be interesting to see that battle.
Yeah. With Nick, you see a lot of technique, too. It looks, because he's so violent coming off that edge. I mean, he's like a Tasmanian devil is coming up. He's just spinning and moving and just really, and he's got strength on top of it. And his family's taught him his technique is just brilliant. So yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
funny
I
to
mean,
watch him and Trent Williams work out.
yeah, but before I get off, Ronbo, yeah, I'm looking for Trent Taylor to have a big year. He's coming back. Garoppolo's got the playbook down, no more knee, and that was his guy. I mean, we have so many players, but it's hard to call it though. It's going to be insane, especially if all these guys are healthy to start the year.
Oh,
Too much ammunition.
oh, it
Too
really
much.
is.
So,
It really is. And we can
yep.
afford for a player to be out a little bit. We won't see anybody go off the entire season. But if a guy's down for 2 or 3 games, the 49ers keep on going. We're stronger with everybody there, but we're not dead meat
Yep.
as soon as we lose one guy like we were in the past.
Nope.
So, yeah.
So, I'm gonna end on this note, Ronbo. Guys, I don't know how y'all feel about Tevin Coleman, but I don't count him out of that running back core just yet. I don't.
No, I know.
I don't. He actually played really well the first half of the season. Even with dealing with the injuries and coming back, he didn't really skip a beat. Not really. And he got hurt twice throughout the year and still came back and played both times.
You know what?
So I don't know.
I saw an article that gave reasons why Tevin Coleman did not have the years expected. I didn't read it yet, but I got to go check that out. You reminded me to go check that out.
I'm gonna look that up too.
Yeah, because Coleman didn't look as good as he usually looks. So we'll see about him.
No, his best game was obviously the Carolina game, and he burned them. But Ronbo, yeah, because when Mostert came in and had his touchdown, they were already dead meat. They were out of there.
God.
But Ronbo, have a great night.
You too, Derek.
Happy Father's Day to the Empire.
Great to hear from you too, Derek. Have a great evening.
Oh yeah.
All right.
All right, Ronbo.
Derek.
Take care.
Thank you. You too. And there's Dre. Come on in, Dre.
Liners all day. What's happening, man?
Dre, man, I'm sitting back here tripping on I just read some stuff up on. I just realized it is so true. When Jimmy said, okay, Jalen's got some. Jimmy wouldn't comment beyond that. He's got some things. He's got a little raw. He's got some things to work on, but he's really eager to learn them. So I said that's fine. Because you know what? If he's willing to work on him, he's probably going to get it. He's a good football player. He'll pick it up. So, I'm thinking Jalen Hurd gets up to third gear even. My Lord. With the way he looked in preseason last year.
Where did you find this information?
I was just checking it out. Forget that article. Just running down all the stats and things of potential of Jalen Hurd. And people have mentioned positionless football, which is what the 49ers are playing now offensively. Every man can hurt you in more than just one way. Except, you still got Trent Taylor, who's specifically a slot receiver. And Kendrick Bourne does what Kendrick Bourne as a wide receiver, but Kendrick can also run in the slot and outside as well. But you got Hurd, Sanders. You look at Kittle. And now Ayuk, I imagine he's going to be strictly a wide receiver as well. But we got those guys that come in and you don't know what the hell they're going to do. And just like Derek just mentioned, you line them up in these ghosts. There's just no telling. Or the defense there's nothing they can read on these guys, which makes Kyle's offense even more devastating with the higher grade of weapon. Oh, Jalen Hurd could be that dude.
Yeah, man. We got some talented young guys. As long as the guy is capable, I'm not really worried if he lines up because, man, we got Kyle Shanahan. That's what we got to realize. We have the mad scientists of the NFL. Kyle Shanahan is the NFL football. He's a mad scientist. It doesn't matter who he has. He has never been with a team that's been ranked below 9th, at least in offense. Never. Even when he was with the Cleveland Browns. So, we got Kyle Shanahan. That's the secret weapon. That's really all you need. I'm happy that Jalen Hurd is back this year. He is a big target. He's strong. He's a sub 4.4 guy. I think that's going to make a difference on the outside, especially in the red zone with him and Kendrick. That's going to be beautiful to watch. I'm not so worried about the little injuries with Deebo or Richie. If you were to get an injury, this is the best time to get it. When you get into June and August, man, you're really pushing it. So I think this is the best time to get it. Best thing about drone strikes is it's on the outside of the foot. So you don't plan on your pinky. You plan on your big toe. So I'm not too much worried about that. But it was good to see also that, you've seen a lot of guys that are undrafted free agents. We've seen Chris Thompson. We've seen even Chase Howell was in Tennessee. We've seen Brock Purdy is in Tennessee. That just shows that, no one man is bigger than the entire group. Everybody is welcome to come to get better. And you don't really see that with a lot of NFL teams. I mean, would you see Aaron Rodgers working out with, an undrafted free agent on the off season? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. That's not going to see that. So, and it just
Aaron's
shows
too indignant now, too. Yeah, you're right about Aaron. He may not even be a good example, Trey, because Aaron, I mean, he's a little different nowadays. He ain't cool as he used to be, as far as that type of thing goes.
No. He's never been. He's been a guy that sets himself apart from the team. And that's how most franchise quarterbacks are. They're not the guys who are going to fraternize with the teams. Jimmy's just one of the guys. And that's what I love about Jimmy. He's just one of the guys. Yeah, he's, top 10 and being paid in the NFL as far as quarterbacks goes. But, he's just one of the guys, bro. He just wants to work with the guys who get better. So I'm really excited about that.
That's going to pay off, too.
We're going to see what happens. Yeah. We're going to see what happens. I wouldn't necessarily worry about this COVID thing. We know several people who have got COVID, Ronbo, and they don't even have any symptoms. So a lot of people are asymptomatic or don't even have no symptoms. So let's not worry about that. The NFL is already losing $2 or $3 billion with fans not being able to come. So there's going to be an NFL season. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. The NFL is a private organization. Yeah, the NFL is a private organization. They can do whatever they want. They're not a governmental organization. They are a separate entity from anything else. So they can do what they do, and there's going to be a season. So, man, we're just going to see how everything works out, man. And, hopefully it works out for the best. I got a good feeling about this season. I think the Kyle's going to add some nuances to the offense.
Oh, God, yes. I just wish they could get out there next time because Dre, it's one thing saying, yeah, Coach, I get it. You got to go out there and you got to run these drills. You got to run them. I keep thinking, man, these guys got to get on the field sometime soon. I understand everybody has at the same advantage, disadvantage, but Kyle's offense is so.
Nobody has a disadvantage, but at least our guys are working together. Though. That's the thing.
Well,
I haven't seen no NFL team. I haven't seen no NFL team have the group of 16 guys up and travel, 2,000 miles across the country to a different city and state and work together. That you just not seeing it, but you're seeing it with us. So it just shows the determination that these guys are trying to get better.
Absolutely, and you're right. There's really no other team in the league. Well, you might, some rookie quarterbacks or something might get together with the guys. But you're right. Jimmy don't have to do that.
16 guys. Yeah, bro. There's 16 guys, bro. Literally 16 guys. Undrafted free agents, draft picks, new guys who've been with us for a couple of years. Man, there are 16 guys that up together and they traveled all the way to Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? So, that was a great thing to see, man. It was basically the entire wide receiver and tight end core and all the quarterbacks. You had Nick Mullins was there, C.J. Beathard, Jimmy Garoppolo, Brock Purdy, the new undrafted free agent, Chase Harrell. You had George Kittle. You had Jalen Hurd. You had Deebo. You had Kendrick, Richie, Trent Taylor, Chris Thompson. Man, Brandon, you had all of the guys there, bro. So, that Dante Pettis, you had all of the guys there, man. So it's definitely, good to see, man. This is good
because remember during the Harbaugh years, you had guys that had it written in their contract that I need not show up until mandatory training camp. This is how this club's evolved.
Yeah.
These guys are together. That locker room is tight. People support, love each other, man. That's what I love about this team. We ain't hearing no raggedy stories going through the net, talk about this dude don't like this dude. And I love it. But this is just something so refreshing.
Everybody is together. It's all for one and one for all, man. And that's what you want to see with the team. That's what you want.
I heard about Richard Sherman taking everybody out and treating them to, Sherman, when he first came, he was taking everybody out to dinner and taking them to activities, paying for everything. Rich said they need to take me out now, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Good stuff, Dre. Dre, tell us about what's going on at Niners All Day.
Oh yeah, man. Check us out, Niners All Day on YouTube, man. So it's Niners All Day on YouTube. It's Fran49 on Twitter, and my co-host it's Bronze at Twitter, BRAWNZ. We just did two back-to-back episodes. Again, this what was that, on Saturday, yesterday. We just did back-to-back episodes. We had Grant Cohn on, and we had Tony from Nothing But Niners on. I will definitely be in your inbox pretty soon, Ronbo. I need that show from you, bro.
All right, I'll be there.
Got a lot going on.
No problem.
So, yeah, man, you guys check that out, man. Like, subscribe, whatever. I don't care, even if you dislike. You know what I'm saying? We just want the interaction from the fans.
You gotta love Dre.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
All
Yeah,
right,
man.
Dre.
Shout out to the kids. Yeah, Trey Trez, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Big Show, Tay Lewis, and all of the guys out there. I'm gonna play about the wheel, man. Just be patient. Everything's gonna work out like it's supposed to. It's all in God's will, bro. Happy Father's Day to out there to all of the fathers.
You too, Dre.
All right, Bob, I'm going.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. All right, go.
Yeah, he's right. It's gonna be okay. I mean, you're not gonna cancel this season. I just don't believe it. And be careful of the rumors, because some of those rumors are unsubstantiated. Nobody put them out there except for somebody just playing with his computer. I heard that the NFL season has already been postponed. Don't buy into that stuff. It's only going to depress you. And as I said, it probably has no backbone on it. Till these rumors start to get legs, you'll see those. They're not there yet. So, hey, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Jay, man, sitting back here talking about that offensive weaponry. Jalen Hurd put the spotlight on him. That boy's got mad talents we could use. And talk about moving that offense to another unstoppable level. Ooh. We're just sitting, and Jay, you can just sit up and come up with formations on your own. You don't even need to be as smart as Kyle Shanahan to come up with devastating plays using Hurd, Deebo. And I gotta wait to see Ayuk. I can't wait to put him in the equation, though. I got Trent Taylor inside. I got Hurd on the outside. I'm gonna put my boy Kendrick on the other side. And I got Jerick McKinnon coming out of the backfield. He could be a receiving threat. And Mostert, I'm gonna do dual running backs. Juice is on the field. I'm sorry. Jay, go ahead, man. How you feeling about Jalen Hurd? Getting me on.
I love it. I love the energy. I love the energy right now, Ronbo. That's what I'm saying. Yes, I just can't wait to see Brandon Ayuk in this offense. I can't wait to see Jalen Hurd in this offense. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? I want to see these guys flourish. And if they flourish, man, that opens up everything. You know what I'm saying? And Jimmy is working his tail off. That's what I like to see. You know, he's seen how, he could get to the Super Bowl after 1 year. He knows he could get there again. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about, yes, confidence and effort and, knowing your skill sets. And I think we have the skill sets to go there again. But, you know what I'm saying? The way I've seen Jalen Hurd play, just that preseason game, he's got a huge ceiling. And I feel like he's going to go out there, he's going to ball, he's got something to prove. Is because they didn't draft him for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
So true.
He's so versatile. He's so versatile. You know what I'm saying? He could be in a running back position. So, they can use him in any kind of – they can use him
on
anywhere
play.
on the field.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
No matter what they're doing, Hurd could be on the field.
Yeah. They could put him in the backfield and play action and then throw it to him. You know what I'm saying?
Line him up outside, line him up in the slot, put him at the tight end position. You can put him anywhere you want to.
Yeah, you could put him anywhere, and that's gonna have the defense already thinking too much. And like I said, if you thinking, you can't play.
Can't play.
Guess what? You thinking too much. You can't react. Because that's what a lot of these kids. That's what they were saying about these college players. These college players, they was more thinking than reacting. That's when once they learned the film study, then they was able to react. But when you got professional players trying to just thinking on the field, it's gonna be so hard for them to just react.
That's
And
why I'm worried about the rookies now. We only got 2 or 3, so it's not a bad thing. But this is why I worry about the rookies. Jay, you bring that up. I'm telling you, I want Ayuk. Everybody's got Ayuk doing great things. I say, y'all, but you got to wait a minute for Ayuk. He's got to come in. He's got to go through the nervousness. He's got to go through the little brain farts where he knows what he's supposed to do, but he's a rookie, so he's gonna do them rookie mistakes. So this is all that stuff you got to get through.
Yes.
There.
Yes. And I think once the only thing I feel like, even if he in the wrong, position, long as he catches the football, he's going to be okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's going to be the learning curve. If he could just catch the football, then everything will be okay as far as him lining up wrong, because he's going to eventually get that. You know what I'm saying? That's just rookie mistake. But if he can go out there and catch the ball, that was the problem with Dante Pennis. He was not catching the ball.
Did you?
And so,
Jay, you did it again. You called Dante. You know what?
Pennis,
You said Dante
I
what?
said Pennis,
Yeah.
Dante Pennis.
I like the way you said it. I don't want you to change it. That's good.
So he wasn't catching the ball, and that's the issue. You know what I'm saying? When you're catching the ball, then you can be on the field. You can learn your position. Because guess what? He still got Deebo there, even though he's injured. He can tell him, hey, this is where you can line up. You know what I'm saying? He got Jimmy Garoppolo can tell him, hey, this is where you line up at, and they can coach him along. But if he's out there catching the ball, then he can do pretty much anything out there then, because he'll be able to be making plays, and that's what all it is about, is a receiver. Catch the ball, and then...
But Jay, you know what? You got so many guys in that room now. You can bring Ayuk along slowly, and I'm pretty sure that's what Kyle's going to do. You don't want to put him out there under too many pressure situations where he does lose. It's all a psychological thing when you're working with that kind of a rookie. He's got a lot of talent, but you don't want to get him out there and lose confidence. You put him in positions to win and win only. So if you got a play lined up for him, make sure that he can run a play.
And that's what they're going to do. They're going to string him along. But if this dude coming out there and he's catching and he's making plays early, he's going to be out there.
Give him the ball.
Yeah, because if he's not, because they didn't, he's a first-round pick. So even though, we had 2 first-round picks, he's still a first-round pick. Mm-hmm. So if he's going out there and he gets on the field and he's making plays and other receivers are not making plays, he is going to be on that field. But
he is. And Jay, you look at it this way too. You got a first-round pick out there, a second-round pick. These are wide receivers, and a third-round pick. All of them can do devastation on any defense in the NFL, and especially Shannon's offense. But with their skill sets, these guys are going to be just pounding the league into the dirt. It's going to get stupid week after week after they get up to speed. I'm looking forward already to 2021 and on. There is no defense, no demand that's going to stop Kyle Shanahan and the weapons he's assembled. None.
No, and he just keep adding weapons. And that's what we need, because that's what I was saying. We don't need just one number one receiver where he's getting the ball 100 times. I like it the way how we got this offense, because you don't know who's going to get the ball at any given time. You know what I'm saying? It could be Brandon Ayuk getting 10 catches in one game. He might get 1 catch the next game. That's what I like about it.
Jay, we got to stop.
Game plan.
Even with all those wide receivers, here's George. It's all pro George Kittle around out there. Oh!
Yes, yes.
Jay, we got to go, fam. I'll see you tomorrow night, okay?
Sir. Yes, sir. You have a good one, Ronbo. Appreciate you.
You too, fam. Appreciate you, Jay. Have a good night.
You too.
And Dollar Bill Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man? What's going on?
Man, what's going on with you? Because I know you got that little girl, but I know she's your pride and joy. What you do for Father's Day today? It must have been outstanding.
Oh yeah, man. We just chilled at the house. Well, I came to Mississippi because that's where I'm originally from. So I just came out and kicked it with my folks, man.
All right, nice.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's just a little vacation, man.
Will's calling us
But yeah,
from,
man.
from, from Mississippi. Well, Will, you already know tonight. Let's put the spotlight on Jalen Hurd, and when you really think about Jalen Hurd and how he fit into this offense and how he would make things absolutely ridiculous for any DC in the league, because like we're talking about, there's no place in the line where you're not going to put Jalen Hurd. And can you imagine Jalen Hurd on a pre-snap movement? He goes from the backfield. And then you got Kendrick Bourne trotting around the other side. Jalen Hurd jumps in that spot. And now I'm thinking of the DC says, all right, call timeout. You ain't get the ball. You can't call timeout. Well, do something. Get a penalty. I mean, the potential Hurd can do to a defense is just funny. But what are you thinking?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, man, Kyle Shanahan, words can't explain how happy he is to dig into his playbook and create these plays for this upcoming season, man, because I can see from the videos I've seen with Jalen Hurd, that man had put on some weight. And what I'm thinking is, this man is about, I think, if I'm just taking a shot in the dark here, but I think Kyle about to make this man a three position player. Running back, tight end, and wide receiver. That's how I really feel, man. With the addition of IU, Deebo, who I think is going to be back. He said he's going to be back in 10 weeks, and I believe it because this man don't have human blood. He has dog blood. So
Deebo will be back. And bring it back. You can bring it back slow. With the arsenal of weapons the 49ers got, I want to see some of the other guys. Deebo, if he comes in week 2 or 3, I'm still good. You know? Because he ain't Deebo's going to be a monster. Ain't no doubt about it. But if you let some of the other guys do the thing they do, and that run game ain't never going to be hurt. So, I'm okay. But Hurd.
Right. Yeah. And then on top of that, you got KB, Trent Taylor. If he's back 100%, he'd be out there field making plays as well. So this offense this year is going to be very, very interesting.
And we didn't talk about Jerick McKinnon. Man.
Jerick McKinnon. Yeah, Jerick McKinnon, who's a running back and a passing back, who I believe Kyle's going to use some more in the passing game.
Can you imagine?
So this offense going to go bonkers this coming season. So we're going to see very interesting things, certain players in different positions that we may not ever seen them in before. And it's going to give all the defenses in the NFL hell. I believe these defensive coordinators that we facing this season, they're gonna have a headache after the end of the game. They're gonna try so hard. First quarter, so they're gonna try so hard to figure out what to be doing, and they won't. This is what you get when you get Kyle Shanahan, man. This dude his brain is just football 24/7. Besides his family, it's football.
And his IQ is so high when it comes to the game, just ridiculous.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think one of the callers before me said he's a mad scientist. You know what they say about people who are smart. They ain't far from insane. So
that's very true. Very frighteningly so. It's true.
Ronbo, I'm telling you, man, this coming up season, the San Francisco 49ers is not going to be some team that's going to give you 20 or 30 points. This team is about to put up 40 and 50 a game, Ronbo. Everybody, they need to kill all the Sean McVay talk because Sean McVay is Kyle.
They're not even in the same league. Not even in the same league. And Sean is Kyle's student anyway, so he was never better.
Right.
He just had a good year with a lot of talent. Now he ain't got no talent, and it showed last year.
Right, man. I just can't wait, man. I'm just hoping and praying that everything goes as planned and get this season started. Because I'm ready to see what this offense gonna look like. I already know what the defense gonna look like. The defense gonna be dogs as usual, dominating as usual. But I really want to see the offense because we had more players injured on offense last season than we had on defense. So with Hurd coming back and everybody coming back, man, off of injury, and this offense is about to be better than last year, and I just can't wait to see it. I really can't see nobody really stopping us. I really don't, man. The players that we have, the way that the 49ers are, getting together during the offseason, working out, due to the COVID-19 stuff, man. It shows that they're serious about what they got going on. They serious about it. They real serious about it. Ain't
together, tight knit.
look,
These guys don't separate.
they don't. They don't, man. They act like blood brothers, man.
I
They
know,
really act
right?
like blood brothers. They really
Yeah,
they
so
really
tight.
act like guys. They really act like the same people that came out the same womb. They like blood brothers, man. And when you have a team like that, man, you that bond cannot be broke unless they get shipped off to another team or something. But
And that
it
and
is
that
what
kind of
it is,
cohesion
man.
is always going to be a better team because there's no misunderstandings out there. Everybody knows what everybody's job is. If they're going to work that closely together, what are the chances of a screw up? See, that's one thing you got to love. Kyle Shanahan's got to be loving it. He ain't running the practice, but he knows they're out there running the practice without him. You know, it's unfortunate what happened to Deebo,
right.
but he'll be back soon. So that Rams fan is sitting there getting up. It's probably Rudy jumping up and down. Oh no, Deebo, man, you guys gonna lose. How idiotic is that? We're just now going through the line of weapons we got, and he thinks that one player is gonna save him from getting beat to death.
Ron, but let me
Keep
tell you
praying,
something,
Rams
Ron,
fan. Keep praying.
Ron, I'm gonna be real with you. If Deebo isn't on the field, this team can still put up 40 points, 50, 40 to 50 without Deebo. That's
he
how
makes
good
it more
we are.
fun and exciting.
We cannot have Deebo and still put up 40 to 50. I just can't see us not putting up 40 to 50 without Deebo. If Deebo's not on the field, man, we still gonna put up numbers. We still gonna get in that end zone because we got the running game. Because we good on all phases. Offense, defense, and special teams. So, I mean, one person don't stop no show, man.
People got to realize, you and I realize it, most 49er fans realize it, the most dangerous offensive weapon on that field is not one that's running on the field. It's Kyle Shanahan. Just like the X-Men. Professor Xavier is the most dangerous X-Man there is. Why? Because of his mind control over everybody in his unit. This is what Kyle Shanahan does. We should start calling him Professor X. The dude is running things. And what happens is just what he made happen. Love it.
Let me give you a good example. The two losing records we had under Kyle Shanahan, we were putting up points. We just couldn't finish because of our defense. We was lacking talent on defense. And we were still in games, man. Kyle is the real deal, bro.
We got to go. We're going to let you get back to the fam. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to be back tomorrow. You can still be in Mississippi tomorrow. You can come back. We'll see you when you get back then. Or Will says I'll call him anywhere. We'll see you tomorrow regardless.
Oh, yeah. I'll be heading back home in the morning. So I should be back in time to catch you. So.
All right. I will.
But, yeah, man, bye. All right, Ronbo. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to my TNT fam, man. My player partner Dre, man. Y'all go ahead and subscribe and like Dre's podcast, man. I should have mentioned it earlier, but I'm just now, finding out about it. But go ahead, man. Like and subscribe. Niners all day, Dre, man. He got great content, man. Promise he won't let you down with it, man. Shout out to Trey Trez, Big Show Russo. Shout out to Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey Joe, all them guys, man. Hey, man. San Francisco 49ers. Super Bowl 55, Tampa Bay, Florida. It will not be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It will be the San Francisco 49ers versus to be announced. All right, Ronbo.
Thanks, Will. You enjoy yourself now while you're out there. All right. Talk to you later.
All right, man. Thanks. All right. Bye.
Yeah, I still say, at the beginning of the season, when things finally do get underway, we got to get a pool going. Are the Tampa Bay Bucks going to emerge from the South as representing the NFC South? I just don't. I'm saying it's not going to happen. I say Drew Brees puts Tom out. But that's for a story for another day. Hey, Dion, come on in, D.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
D, man, I'm just enjoying I'm thinking about Jalen Hurd, and I'm realizing if you look at all over the offense, this offense is just insane. I mean, they all got it's like Derek mentioned earlier, we got these positionless players that you could put any number of places that a defense could read up all they want to on what the Niners is cooking, and they'll still never understand what's in that recipe. You can't do it. I love the thought of Jalen Hurd lining up all over the place. Any place he can be effective at each and every position. He's got a history. He's got a resume that says there's nothing he can't do. D, what are you thinking?
Oh, man, this offense has been that way from day one.
Yeah, actually.
Kyle crafted that just from the onset of everything from us getting him. The thing with it is for me, I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic about Jalen. I need him to take
And
a
you
couple
should,
to
because
get me confident. And
like
that's
John
all
Lynch.
I need. I just need him to take a couple of hits, and I need to see the same thing I saw when he bullied his way into the end zone, and see that just continue. And hey, I'm 100% sold. People can hate me for being cautiously optimistic, but hey, the man bullied his way into the fight and was out for the back
That's what I
injury.
like about you, D. And D, the thing is, I asked you a few weeks back when you was coming in with one of those observations, and I asked you if you were from Missouri, and what did you tell me?
No, I am from
So you're not from you're not from the show me state, but boy, D says you got to show me. I'm from the show me state. D is from the show me house. She got to show me, and I ain't gonna argue with either. These guys got to come out. Jarek McKinnon and everybody else, they got to come out and they got to display, because we ain't seen nothing yet. So you're right. I can't argue with you.
And for me, I'm one of those people where I want them to succeed. So people sometimes get my cautious optimism twisted with I'm looking for them to fail. No, I want them to succeed in every which way you can think of. I want them to be great. I want them to win. I want us to win. I want us to go to the Super Bowl and take it all the way there. I want all of that.
But you are not going to assume anything.
Yeah. Look, man, I tell you this. I ain't about to sit up there and have no empty promise to myself that we doing everything and that Jalen Hurd is going to come out and explode and be this great, fantastic. Now, if I see him, go out there and he does his thing, hey, I'm on the gravy train with him. But, I'm praying McKinnon comes out and balls out. I really would love to see that. I honestly would. As much as I've been saying cutting, if the man winds up being healthy and he can go ahead and ball out, I'm not going to be mad at him. I'm going to be happy about that. Hey, if you can help the team win, shit, what? I'm not opposed to that in any way, shape, or form.
See,
but at the same,
what I like about you, a lot of people get these campaigns going, and they don't leave an out. See, what you do, now I can't come back at you later. If Jared McKinnon comes in and just tears up, or Jalen Hurd just comes in and tears up, I can't say, D, I told you. And all you can respond with, listen, I never for a moment doubted him. I just wanted to see if everything we expect from this individual is going to take place. It did, and we, as in lockstep, I am delighted. You can say, see, you got it out. See, unlike Big Show,
man.
Wait, let me holler Big Show. Big Show, who for years has told me that Kendrick Bourne has no business being in the NFL. I can't wait till this year. If Kendrick does everything he's supposed to do, what he's planning on doing, Big Show, don't hide. You can't run. You can run, but you can't hide. I know where you're at.
Right.
Yeah.
When he shows up and shows out, Big Show gonna have to call in and eat crow. He's gonna have to.
Yes.
He ain't got no choice because KB. You got to think about it like this. Look at it from a simple standpoint, Ronbo. If Deebo is not able to go as your number one receiver, you have to think the next person that comes up is KB. Why? Because he has the experience, and he's the veteran. Everybody else on that squad does not have anywhere near the experience that man has at receiver. Say for Travis Benjamin, but Benjamin ain't even got the same thing that Deebo has because he's been more of a returner in his career.
Yep.
He hasn't ever been a wideout that's been counted on like that. Yeah, he's not. He hasn't. So for me, when people doubt KB, I look at him and I go, okay, when that man dancing in the end zone and scoring touchdowns, you're gonna love him. But you're gonna talk shit about it when he, if he drops a ball here or there. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all, for anybody out there that doubts Kendrick Bourne, he will kill you this year, and it was showing you because he has been working harder than any other receiver we have on the team.
That's
period.
True.
There's nobody else has worked hard as
Ain't
KB.
nobody outworking Kendrick.
Maybe Deebo. But nobody's outworking that man. That man is on a mission. You've seen, if you follow him on Twitter and Instagram, you've seen his goals. The man will come out and ball out, and I just want them to give him every opportunity. If they give him more time on the field, and they say, all right, Brandon, we're going to bring you along slowly. We start Deebo. We start KB. You're going to see that man being out there doing all kinds of things. And y'all going to be looking like, wait a minute, why we ain't give him more opportunity?
Because that's how it works.
Yes, it is.
Shanahan puts the best people on the field to win. He will say, hey, I designed this play. E-Man, go sit down. That's not for you. That's for Kendrick. And people will look and go, why'd you put E-Man on the bench? Because the play's not designed for him. It doesn't fit his skill set.
That's it.
Shanahan is very well aware of everybody's skill set and what they do best. So he will draw. You remember when they put him on TV, and I think he even told the ref he said touchdown and walked off. And Kittle scored a touchdown.
He said.
He told him. He knew it, and he told George himself.
And this is the
George
thing.
said it in the post-game presser.
He gave him the yardage.
He was like
he gave him the yardage. He said, you'll go 40 yards easily. And he did. 40 exactly. That's scary.
Name another coach out there in the league. Bill Belichick can't even do that. Belichick can't even do that. He can't even call that and be like, all right, well, guys, if you do this play, touchdown. Bill is a defensive coach. Kyle is one of the brightest minds when it comes to offenses, and he knows everything that he has, which is probably why, of course. Oh my God! He's so nasty with his play design.
We got to stop though, fam. we can go on for days on this stuff. All right, dude.
Yes, we will.
I'll see you tomorrow night. Okay. All right, fam.
All right, Ronbo. Appreciate you, man. Stay blessed. Stay happy. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers that called in. Shout out to Dre. Shout out to Will. Happy Father's Day to you, brother. I heard you on there. And thank you, Ronbo. Have a good evening.
Hey, you too, Dean. Happy Father's Day. Night.
Thank you.
There's Dean. I tell you. Also, I don't know, for Big Show and those who do not really believe in Kendrick, do you realize some of the tightest windows Jimmy G has thrown into have involved Kendrick and George Kittle mostly? Everybody else, they get caught on run. But Jimmy will throw into a window that wide knowing that these guys are going to come up with the ball. Kendrick did have one mistake. It bounced off him one time in the air off his chest. But that's the only one I remember. Now, that says something because many times Kendrick came in through a pass and you saw it disappear into a heap of humanity, and all of a sudden, where's the ball? Oh, look, Kendrick got it! I've done it so many times. I'm me. Come on in, man.
Ronbo, mic check. How I'm sounding tonight?
It sounded good too.
All right.
Man, I'm tonight. Well, I put some attention on Jalen Hurd because I realized, this offense is already going to work with the personnel we had from last year, and especially with the addition of Ayuk, who shows huge potential probably. And of course, Jalen Hurd, the mystery that we all were begging to know about last year. We waited all season long. Jalen, when's he going to come off the IR? Oh, man, let's see this dude, man. We saw him in preseason. What's he got? Jalen Hurd has got such a vast variety of skills that can be utilized. And that's why Shanahan got him in the first place. I want you to make some prediction on this. And Dion is right. We cannot assume anything, but we can sure as heck anticipate. What are you thinking?
I mean, as far as Jalen Hurd is concerned, man, I was real critical of him all season, to be honest with you. I was one of the guys in the chat and even on the calls talking about who's Jalen Hurd. We ain't seen him, blah, but I have to be honest, I kind of had to sit back and I paid attention to how I sounded, and I was paying attention to a couple of the interviews of Dante and a few other guys, man. It made no sense for me, or to me in particular, for 49er fans to be as critical as we are of these players. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you said, this is a kid fresh out of college. I mean, his college coaches saw so much potential. They damn near killed the kid. He had a chance to. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he got to us, and we saw the same thing, and because we were kind of looking for that dynamic piece. And I'm not sure if we thought it was him or Deebo. We got the kid injured, you know what I'm saying? So I had to kind of make sense of it all, man. And, it just makes sense to kind of uplift these players, man, because we got so many of them. And, we looking for, we say we're looking for a veteran piece, but we got a veteran piece in Travis Benjamin, somebody who knows Kyle Shanahan, and he knows football, and he knows West Coast. You know what I'm saying? So, um, are we looking for Dez Bryant to come in and be a 600-yard receiver? No, but we're overlooking the fact that we have a kid in Travis Benjamin who is 4'3", who is a returner. Yes, he had drop issues, but he won't be. I think we have so much talent
But
that
I mean,
I think we could get away.
tell me a little bit more about the drops. Did you see those
I'm gonna
games?
be honest. I
I
never
hear
saw the
about that.
drops. I
You,
I never saw the drops. It was more or less injuries from what I heard. I heard he was injured the last few years in San Diego, um, and I guess he dropped the ball a couple times, but the kid got a lot of upside. You know what I'm saying? And not only him, I mean everybody we drafted realistically complements each other. I mean, you got Jennings, you got both. We got a fullback and a tight end. As far as UDFA's, and we got potential. And something Dre didn't speak on, but I watched the show earlier, and I kind of been telling you about this kid Chase Harrell. You know, once this kid hits, if we could finally get some sort of OTAs or something like that, and we really convert this kid and get him working with Caceres, this kid runs a 4.5, man. He's 6'4". He's 250, 260. You know what I'm saying? And the kid was running tight end routes, so the kid is flexible on the edge, man. We got a lot of potential, and I realistically, I know Shalil's gonna come in and talk shit about Dante, but that kid's got potential. You know what I'm saying? So
oh,
it's exciting.
huge.
It's
I
exciting.
still say he's a great player in the making if
Yeah.
he would just assert himself. He's just got to apply himself. That's
Well,
all he's got to do.
well, I mean, and to compliment what THC is saying, I was just about to speak on McKinnon because we a lot of fans and callers is like, oh, Breeder. We had something special in Breeder. But how is it now that we got McKinnon who went to the same school with Breeder, and they both are gadget type. This kid, we could have something crazy in McKinnon that could really complement Jimmy, really compliment Kittle as far as that guy that sneaks out the back. A little 10 route, a 10-yard out pattern or something like that. Move the
I
chains.
mean, you're
You know what I'm
already looking
saying?
at that play I've already thought about. Jimmy G, he
Yes.
goes back. He hands the ball off to McKinnon. McKinnon takes 3 steps to his right. George Kittle takes the defender out. McKinnon looks downfield. He's got Deebo wide open. And do you know, Matty B said that Jarek was his quarterback part-time in Georgia. I said, what? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
He
Well,
can do. He can spin it. Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I don't think anybody is hungrier than Jimmy G this year, man. I mean, or maybe Kinlaw, but as far as offensively, I don't think anybody's hungrier than Jimmy G. And when your
No, there isn't.
quarterback's hungry,
Promise you.
when your quarter when he's still in his prime, man, sky's the limit.
And
And
taking the abuse he's been
Kyle
taking.
Shanahan,
Oh,
well,
he's
well, not
inspiring.
only that, but we've complimented him with so many pieces again. We
Oh, and then there's
complimented
that.
him with so many pieces, So, man, the potential for this year, I would say 40 points a game too. But realistically, man, who knows what's going on, man? We got some bright minds, man. What if Deebo came in and he was out of shape? because because
But
we know it. I
he
mean,
has time. He can get in shape. The way this
yeah,
team is designed,
yeah,
you could bring along everybody slowly. There is no
yeah.
one guy that has to be fully dependent on,
Ex-
and that's why they built this team like that on purpose.
Exactly,
I think so.
exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we focus a lot on the if, ands, and buts, but we don't know what the coach has in mind, man. He
No,
had
because that's the
he
Shanahan's.
had Pettis heavy last year, and we thought he was. We're not sure what's going on, so it's gonna be interesting. But I think
Well,
Kittle gained a lot of weight this offseason.
but look at all them cuts. That boy has been
Mm-hmm.
putting on monster size.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
good too because he needs it for the physical style of play. He needs to be as strong as he can be. I mean,
yes.
I'm gonna get back to you, and you know I'm gonna get back to you anyway. But let's talk tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. I did a couple test runs, man. I'm more than excited. Everything's
All
a go on my end, man.
right.
So you let me know, hit the inbox, and we take it from there, bro. It's always a pleasure.
All right, fam. Appreciate you, IB. Talk to you shortly.
All
All
right.
right.
Yeah.
Night.
You have a good one.
Too.
Night.
Yeah. See, that's the thing about the 49ers. The luxury of the 49ers is we don't have it on offense. We can, when one guy we can't do. It isn't built that way. Hey, John V.
My man, Ronbo, what's happening, brother?
John, just looking for things to get excited about and happy about because we're rolling around in a cesspool currently right now, all day long, every day. There's always stuff you can read about that just pisses you off. So anyway, you think about the 49ers, and I'm saying, look at this, man. With Jalen Hurd, man, this team just goes to another level. It's already tough as it is, and it's going to go to another level anyway when you got a healthy Jimmy G that's got a full year under Kyle Shanahan. That in itself is already a huge jump right there. And now you got guys around him that improve that offensive attack, aerial attack. They've already got a run game. Everybody in the league knows about the 49ers run game. It's not to be messed with. Now, what if he adds a devastating pass attack? John, I see dynasty written all over this team, but Jalen Hurd could be a huge part of that too.
Well, I agree. However, I will still be cautious and optimistic. Like
you and Dion.
What's his face earlier?
It's the Dion Club, and they're right. But go ahead, explain your concerns.
I mean, Ronbo, only because we haven't seen him in action. It's been a minute. I last saw him in some preseason games. You know what I mean? I want to see him healed. I want to know that back
can take it
secure and that he can take a hit or two. Because, I mean, come on, let's face it. Like, you're gonna get hit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're gonna be the leader of this squad, you're gonna take some hits.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at George. George got battered around. He got crushed. They were hanging on him, off his helmet.
That was scary.
I mean,
it was making me so mad.
That was scary.
But that was scary.
Like,
looked like you know how a lion makes a kill, and he's got to fight off a bunch of hyenas as they come in there trying to take his stuff.
Right.
I said, look at
we
that.
talking about the Saints game?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Saints game?
Yeah.
I mean,
the face mask. Two other guys jumped on. George is still fighting and battling. He's not going down. I said, damn, look at that. Look at
Rumble,
that.
I almost ripped the damn TV off the wall. I was screaming at the refs, when are you going to throw a flag? No whistle. But, like that's if Jalen Hurd is said to lead our squad, Rombo, I can expect to see him get pummeled like that. And I want to know that his body can handle it. He's huge. We haven't had a wide receiver with that stature yet. I want to see that. I want to see a big, tall man go up for the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
with his speed, and it's gonna be fun to watch that. Mark, we saw it once in that Cowboys game how he abused that Cowboy, went into the end zone and went up like, just stay out of my way, please.
Right. The whole Ayuk thing, Rombo, I want to see him more than the next guy, but again, the system is. It's expensive. It's hard, and I don't know that he's going to be able to. If he's a fast learner, Rombo, great.
Yeah.
The more the merrier. But I plan to see Jalen Hurd out there. I hope Trent Taylor. I want Trent out there, Rombo. I really do, because I know that was established chemistry with Jimbo from the start. So if we can go back to that. The way that Jimmy came in and was slicing up defenses with Trent, oh, my God. Come on. Who do you want to see in place of Trent?
He does work best with quickness. Because, it was between Trent Taylor and that year, it was Keese. They were switching off, just tearing defenses up because of that speed. And Jimmy could put that ball in very safe places, knowing the quickness of those two guys. They're going to get it. And they did.
Did you notice Trent is great at the low ball, at the kneecaps?
Oh, yeah.
That
He
dude,
can go down.
He gets low. Yes. That's a safe plot. That's a safe place
coordination.
that many people don't want to go.
Yeah,
Blaine Gabbert
smaller
was great at
coordinated
throwing the
guys.
ball at your toes.
Yeah, but Blaine wasn't trying to do that.
No, Blaine just sucked.
Blaine.
But yeah, Ronbo, I expect. I expect to see Jalen Hurd take the initiative. I hope so, Ronbo. I hope he can weather it too. I hope he's ready. I do. I think we all hope that. I think we all hope so.
Oh, you gotta, because the thing is, with his versatility, and he's had huge numbers at 3 different positions, right? Running back, wide receiver. Kyle and put him in time. But there's one thing that was. Did you just mention?
We could use it.
You got to be careful. They almost killed him. That's why he left Baylor or Tennessee to go to Baylor. They almost killed him in Tennessee. Coach had him up to 250 pounds. He was a running back.
Right.
And let's face it, Derrick Henry over in Tennessee, if you're on defense, you make business decisions when he's coming down the field. And that goes for everybody downfield. If he breaks the initial line of scrimmage and he's building up a head of steam, that's frightening. So, this could be the same thing with Hurd. I don't want him up to 250. He's at 230 right now.
No.
He could go to 235, 240, and I think he'd still be safe. So,
yeah.
Body-wise.
Do you see us making a push for anybody? Or do you think we'll wait, Ronbo? Do you think we'll wait later in the season, kind of like we did with Emmanuel Sanders, and grab somebody later if need be, because we'd like to see what we've got, right? We want to see what we've developed.
Absolutely. And also, for a financial perspective, you don't want to spend any more money than necessary when you got all those good talented kids. And we got Kyle Shanahan running things. It should be fine.
Oh, youth and cheap. I don't want to. We don't have any money in the purse, Ronbo. I mean, we're broke, dude. We're spending IOUs.
I know, right? We're getting Rams still have people calling the office and wondering where's their money. And that's what I'm saying with Trent Williams and George Kittle with paydays ahead. No.
Ronbo, it's our whole damn team. I was watching Dre's show, and Tony was listing off a bunch of people that we needed to look forward to paying.
We got
Ronbo, there is at least a dozen or more
1-year contracts. I know it's going to be
Holy
weird next year.
I'm talking everybody, Ronbo.
I
Fred
know.
Warner. God, Jesus, it goes.
Kwaski,
Kwaski. And I hope that we don't. I hope there's not some package in the mix right now for Adams, Ronbo.
I'm
not. Telling you, I hope there's not anything in the works for that shit. I want to go out with who we came with.
I'm telling you right now.
But
and Adams wants mad money too. We're not going to have. You get rid of 3 players. You bring in Adams. That doesn't make any sense. That's not going to happen. So
not at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
John, we're out of time. I'm going to see you tomorrow night.
You bet, Ronbo. I appreciate everything you do. Happy Father's Day to the chat, everybody in it, Ronbo. My man, take care of yourself. Be safe. I look forward to seeing you again, brother.
Thanks, John. All right, fam. Have a good night.
Right.
It was great to hear from you, John. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo, hang on. Let me close the window.
Tony, we got so many drivers. But Tony's a driver down in Oz. Tony!
What's happening, brother?
Tony, man, I decided to put the spotlight on Jalen Hurd tonight. Since nowadays there's not a lot of activity coming out of camp, but you can look at some of the players and feel good about them. And Jalen Hurd's one of those guys that I really enjoy as you read down his resume and you look at all the offers. I mean, that's a big boy. I mean, I'm talking 6'5", 230 with athleticism. He's got that one photo that I keep. I'm thinking about blowing it up and putting it up here somewhere, where he's in full stride. Big man running down the field. And I'm laughing because I'm thinking, if Jalen Hurd busts the initial line of scrimmage and gets through there, or even he makes a reception downfield and a safety in the corner having to chase him down, God bless him. it's like next to. It's not as bad as George Kittle trying to bring him down because George come and meet you if you're playing defense and drop a shoulder into your face. But this, I love having guys like that. We got another one. I think it's Jalen Hurd. What do you think, Tony?
I think he could do the same as George Kittle and drop a shoulder in someone's face. I mean, he dragged those two Cowboys across the line in that preseason game, I think it was.
That was fun.
But I think, Shanahan's an expert at juggling things around, and our team, I think, is the most potent and dangerous when Jimmy G hits about 7 different players because then the opposition doesn't know what the hell's coming up next. You know what I mean? Also, Jimmy as well. You've got to put Jimmy into this equation because he doesn't have to learn to run again this year. He doesn't learn how to have to run with a brace on his leg. And given all those factors, I mean, he still took us to the Super Bowl, regardless of how much flack he copped off all the football commentators. I mean, everyone says it's a passing game, and
still saying it.
Everyone says it's a passing game, and then Shanahan comes along and says, "Yeah, it's a passing game, is it? All right, well, we're going to run the ball on you. See how you like that." And that. So even he said about Jimmy, he just wants him to be a little bit more automatic. So I'm looking forward to him feeding these guys with all the weapons that he's got available to him this year. It's going to be downright exciting, and I think the caller before Justin, I think he just nailed it, in what he said.
But, absolutely. And here's the thing: with Jimmy, like you mentioned, I want to underline that. Jimmy G was concerned, probably, even though he'll never admit it. Nobody's gonna be. You just come off an injury like that, you are concerned. There were several hits Jimmy took through the year. Crack back, and the guys that slipped through the offensive line and took a low shot. And you saw Jimmy fall backwards. I almost passed out on several of those hits. I said, that was so close. I want to see somebody give this guy, next guy that comes in, drop the people's elbow into his chest. I want the defenders to know, you guys got to stay away from Jimmy's legs. It's my job to protect him. I swear to God, the next guy that comes in and takes a shot like that, I'm going to get kicked out of the game. You're going to be seriously hurt. It would just, come on. Those things like that worried me. So the 49ers this year, without a Jimmy being concerned about that, he's probably going to move normally and naturally. I think we'll see more of what we saw in 2017 from him. And like you mentioned, going off schedule, Kyle likes quarterbacks who can think for themselves out there. He'll give you all the plans in the world, but you need to know if things are all of a sudden going south, you need to bail on that play and make something happen. This is the kind of quarterback that's going to work with Kyle Shanahan, and I think Jimmy's got that attribute. I really do, because he did that in 2017. What we didn't know, Kyle mentioned it during a presser a couple of times. No, he went off schedule a couple of times, and it was pretty impressive. And you want to say, wait a minute, Kyle, you didn't call that play? And I think Kyle would have said, well, I call something similar to that, but not that. I've never seen that play before in my life. I was looking for Kyle to say something like that one time. I would have loved it. But yeah, that's what I expect from Jimmy.
2017 was there was no way we were going to the Super Bowl, and it was just like Shanahan would have said to Jimmy, "All right, son, show us what you got." So he was pretty much free to do what he liked. But now that Shanahan's implemented his own book, he wants he wants Jimmy to run by that and be proficient at that.
He's got to, because the rest of the guys know that same playbook. See, and a lot of times I don't know what Jimmy was telling those guys in 2017, but he was probably telling them, if I motion this way or this way or this way, I'm talking to you. You need to move and move quickly. Because Jimmy be rolling down the line of scrimmage. He's directing traffic. You didn't see him do that a lot last year. People forgot he even has that ability. Well, now that he knows the offensive playbook, you're going to see more of that type of thing because now he knows what he's doing and he's working within the system and doing things that he knows will work. These are all things I can anticipate with all the confidence in the world while people are talking badly about him. Ridiculous.
Well, the only thing I hope is the receivers have got their routes down pat, because if Kyle's going to say, look, Jimmy, just throw to the spot, well, then it gets left up to the receiver to be there for the ball. I mean, you've seen how good he was with Sanders. I mean, Sanders in a couple of press conferences said, well, I just turned around as I was coming out of my route, and the ball was already there.
And he made it look as easy as could be. You remember that catch, right? Nobody got over that catch. Sanders was zipping downfield, very smooth. He turns around, he took a glimpse over his shoulder, and there was the ball. He took it and went for a nudge. He goes, did you see that? That was interesting. Wow.
So,
that's all I could say at the time.
Jimmy throwing the ball is one thing, but the receivers have to be there to catch it.
And that's the whole thing right there. Tony, this is why when everybody blames Jimmy for every little mistake on the field, no, it's not a one-man operation. Those receivers got to do certain things. And Emmanuel Sanders, if anything, he proved that Jimmy G is not anywhere near as poor as people think. He's an efficient veteran that gets it done, and he ran those routes properly. He knew where to look for the ball. He knew how to deal with the defender. You got to know these things. Our guys are young, and they're not ready for that level. That's where they're going to get right now, though. So I am feeling good about that.
That's right. Well, you watch Sanders is going to be a breath of fresh air for Drew Brees. I'll tell you that now.
Tony, we ran out of time. I'm going to look for you tomorrow, Tony.
All right, brother. Shout out to Justin. I hope everything goes well for him, and happy Father's Day for you guys. And I'll talk to you in the next chapter, brother.
All right, looking forward to it. Drive safely out there, Tony. Don't want to hear anything bad about you, man.
All right.
All right, Tony.
Thank you, mate.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. And here he comes. Dante Pettis' favorite guy, Shaleo.
Ronbo.
Shaleo, man, I tell you, tonight it's the Jalen Hurd show. I know you like Dante, but Jalen Hurd, give him some love tonight. Shaleo, what is on your mind?
Dak Prescott called me today.
Is that
he was jumping for joy. He was happy.
Yeah, he's
getting
paid.
He got money.
Yep, 31.
Yeah, he's like, I got my money. You know, it's not what I wanted, but I got my money.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
But then he said quietly, what about my job? How about them Cowboys? How about them Lambs? How about the Seahawks? How about the Arizona paid spectators? Last but not least, how about them Las Vegas Trader Raider Chippendales?
In fact, I saw a local 49ers fan. I was on Instagram, and he had something up. He was in Arizona. He said he's visited his mom. A local 49ers fan, big shout out to you. He says he's out there visiting his mom. He's only going to be there as long as he has to be, and he's leaving. Local 49ers fan, because Cardinal fans are not fans. Those are paid spectators.
Ronbo,
hey, Janelle, you got your microphone or something's really rubbing up against something, or is a wind running into your phone?
Oh, that's my fan, Ronbo. So,
okay, yeah, get away from that fan.
Before we get 49er football started, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. And let's get down to 49er football.
All right.
So, Jalen Hurd, I'm not worried about. It's just he needs to be healthy. About Dante Pettis, the reason why I'm saying this is because I said the same shit to him. I said the same shit to KB. And you know what KB did? KB went out last season, and he balled the F out. I don't even talk about KB anymore. KB's doing his job. He's catching the ball.
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
I'm going to
absolutely.
do the same thing that I did with KB to Dante Pettis.
So,
Because
so,
I
so,
want this
Salil,
guy to play good.
you're saying that this is magically your way of helping these guys out.
Yes. Yes, and I love it. You know, if Dante Pettis dropping balls, you know, he doesn't want to play. He wants to be with kitty cats, you know.
Yeah.
He's a kitty cat man. You know, Mr. Meow was catching balls against the Lambs.
But
He was
honestly,
catching balls against the Cardinals. What happened? What happened?
yeah,
What happened?
he's got the ability. What I worry about his role is what I'm thinking about now because the 49ers, if all the tough guys, and we got a lot of them now, if all the tough guys come through, I don't know if Dante'd be a part of that program unless he really looks so good finessing. But then Ken Shannon does like versatility in his offensive attack, so he may be able to carve out a role for himself. We'll see. But if
I'm not going to get on Jalen Hurd or Trent Taylor because last year in the beginning of the season they said they couldn't go.
Yeah.
But Dante Pettis had the full freaking season, and he's sitting out in the Super Bowl, and we need you. And you sitting out in the Super Bowl, you're hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hurt. I can't catch. I gotta protect my kitties.
No, that's it, Shalil. There was nothing wrong with him that time. Kyle had given up on him. That's what's so disappointing.
I think
he was a healthy.
I think he still has. That's why he went out and got Ayuk.
That's why he was a healthy scratch, and you're right. I think why would you go out and get Ayuk? That's supposed to be Dante's job. We'll see.
When I think of a quarterback, I think of targets for the guy. Jimmy didn't have a single target but 3. Kittle, Kendrick Bourne, and Deebo in the Super Bowl.
That's it.
Where are the rest of the targets at? That's why I'm really I'm pissed because Jimmy throws the ball to some of these receivers like Pettis, and he's dropping the effing ball.
And right to him.
It
wasn't even
a
timing
too,
route.
But he fixed it up.
Yeah.
And they're dropping the freaking ball. The ball is right to them. They have one shot. Routes could come later on. That could come later. But if
that's
you can't
why
catch the ball, why are you playing wide receiver?
That's why I defended Jimmy every time somebody started on him and said, "Okay, you know what? If you understood the game,
you can't catch, go play defense.
You got to have receivers. You can't just go out there and magically
Receivers,
make guys
main
catch
job
the ball.
Is to catch the ball, and when you catch the ball, you either take it to the house or you look for a safer option or run it out. Mm-hmm. That's it. And if you can't catch the ball, man, I don't know. You know, but it's Dante Pettis. You know, he's with his little kid. He's playing the obstacle course. You know, the guys brought him over.
I got to tell you about Dante, though. What you're saying about earlier, what you said, you talk badly about players long enough and it makes them better. You know, Dante.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want.
Yeah,
that's what I want. I want him to. Yeah, Ronbo.
I'm just saying he's a man that's been motivated by a lot of criticism. Everybody he knows, I bet you even when he goes home, his mom says bad things about him. I'm telling you right now, I got a feeling Dante's going to be, if we could ever get camp going, Dante's going to be a flame out there. We'll see.
Yeah, he needs to catch some balls. You know, that's what we want. Want him to catch some balls. That's all we do. That's all we want him to do. But you know, he's too busy. You know, he's been coloring his hair. He's got the Johnny Bravo haircut going on. Rumbo, he's fake.
Johnny Bravo. It's only at Johnny Bravo's physique. You know, I do hope though that he's been. After all the people he had to block and everything, some of those messages got through. You know, everybody's sending a message, and Dante was blocking people out for bothering him. He said, Dante, man, why come you not posting up any fields that you training? Block. You got to answer your questions, man. Stay off my block. You know. So now he saw all his nasty messages. That's why he blocked him. So I got a feeling he might be motivated now, just so he can look into the camera and say, "How you like me now, haters?" And he walks away. Bounces the ball into the end zone. See, I know he wants that moment.
and you know what? Deebo right now is out. We need more bullets. When I think of a gun, I don't think about one bullet. I think about plenty of bullets.
Yeah, a clip.
And that's what Jimmy needs is plenty of bullets at receiver in this team that can catch the ball and take it to the house.
Well, he's got his safety net back. He's got Trent Taylor. And,
Trent Taylor's going to help.
Yeah, Trent Taylor's going to be back. And also, Deebo's not going to be out that long. I really don't think so. So there's another reliable target. Kendrick Bourne, of course, Mr. Standby and Steady, because Kendrick's getting
Right.
back. I can't wait to see Kendrick in action this year. You got George. George is still his favorite target. He's got weapons, but he can expand upon those weapons. Now, if IU can come around mid-season, this team, Jalen Hurd comes around, we are in Fat City.
And you know what? Jalen Hurd's been hurt. KB has been motivated to play. He's been training. He's working his ass off. I don't see freaking Dante Pettis doing that. He's not working his ass off. KB's going and training. He's training. Dante, you see him in the obstacle course running around.
In defense of he just doesn't post things up. He might be. He looks bigger. Anyway, we got to go, Shalil. I'm going to see you tomorrow.
Shout out to Niner Empire. Happy Father's Day again to all the dads. Thank you for the platform, Ronbo. Wash those hands and hit those likes.
Thanks, Shalil. Talk to you later.
Night, Ronbo.
Night. Oh, Ellis. Ellis is like the ultimate daddy. Ellis probably out running around errands and everything else, getting it all done. Man is busy. Ellis, Ellis might be in the shop. Let's go. Let's check out Mel. He's on the East Coast anyway. Let's go get Mel. Oh, man. Bang, bang, Mel.
You know what time it is when you hear that bang, bang. What's good, Ronbo?
Oh, Mel. I was sitting there, and I can't wait to hear your perspective on this. I'm looking at Jalen Hurd and seeing how he would implement this offense. And this is like, Jalen Hurd is like that dude that you use to pour it and you're trying to fill up something, and you ain't got enough in that one. You pour a little Jalen in that. Pour a little Jalen here. Pour a little Jalen here. Now it's all even up now. Turn the keys. Jalen Hurd, to me, that dude is going to make this offense, as soon as they get him up to speed, look out, look out, look out. It's already bad enough. Look out. We're just about to get a little bit worse now. What do you think?
I need a favor real quick, though, Ronbo. I need you to introduce me as Melio.
What? Mel Leo?
Melio, yeah. You'll see why in a second. Because I just got a call from Ezekiel Elliott. I just got a call from Ezekiel Elliott.
And now, introducing, here he is to the mic, it's Mel Leo.
I just got a call from Ezekiel Elliott. And you know what he said to me?
What did he say?
He said the Red Rocket can't even make a shovel pad. How about them Cowgirls? How about them Lambs? How about them Arizona Cardinals?
Player cards.
How about them Seacocks? And how about those Las Vegas Raider Joes? Raider Chippendale? Yeah. Shalio, my guy, man, was good. Jalen Hurd is, man, he's the cat's pajamas, man. He's the bee's knees. And speaking of cats, in true Shalio fashion, what's up with Catman, man? Like Selena Kyle, Catwoman, Dante Pettis. Why are we still even talking about that guy?
I tell you, Mel, and I'll get your opinion on this too, real quick, because we were talking about Jalen, but here's the thing. I'm looking at the direction the 49ers are going on right now. I'm trying to see where Dante fits in. Can he make this team? I mean, this ain't knocking on him, but his style of football he's...
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Here's the thing. I mean, Kyle and John, they brought in a bunch of bullies on both sides of the ball. That's what we gravitate toward. That's what attracts us. We like the bullies. Dante is not a bully. He's actually the opposite. He's the person who gets bullied. He's the kid who walked the long way home. They made him walk the long way home. They took his lunch money. Not a day went by school where he didn't get a wedgie and a swirly. That's just what it is.
And have to go hungry for lunch. I know.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So, is there room for him? It all depends. While we do have an offense full of bullies, and that's kind of what we like and gravitate toward, there is a spot for a finesse player, but you can't just be an average finesse player. You have to be highly above average. And if you are, there's definitely a spot for you, man, because, we like versatility. We like being able to hit you from a lot of different angles. So it'd be good to punch on you for 3 quarters. And then, in 1 quarter, you have this finesse player who's just going to come and his routes are going to be crisp. He's going to hit you with quickness. He's not necessarily a bully, but, there is room for a finesse game. A lot of Bill Walsh's offense had a lot of finesse players.
But the thing is, Mel, you just described Brandon Ayuk actually brings that skill set as well as being a
right,
tough
but
guy.
he's also a bully. Right,
Yeah, he is.
right.
Yeah.
No doubt. So, yeah, Dante, man, he's going to have to come with it. So am I saying he's not going to? No, I'm just saying I don't know if he has it in him. Like you were just talking about, here's a guy who fans have been kind of on his social media teasing him and saying, well, not even really teasing him, but just some people just trying to really motivate him because we've seen what the guy can do, and he blocks him. So does that sound like a guy who's going to take that as motivation and come back and prove somebody wrong?
It
No.
does.
Here's
But
a
it
guy
does sound
who's
like a man's been
perfectly
intimidated.
content.
Yeah.
Right. Here's a guy who's perfectly content with sitting out during the Super Bowl, man. Totally content. Just cool. He didn't mind being benched. He didn't mind not getting the ball. I don't want a player like that. That's why, you know who my guy is. T.O.'s my guy. T.O. He's the last Pro Bowl wide receiver we had, which is bananas when you think about the fact that he left 16 years ago. 16 years ago, bro. We do have there's a few wide receivers we have that might break that streak, and Jalen Hurd is one of them. Jalen Hurd might be a Pro Bowl receiver this year.
I think so. I know Deebo.
He very well may be.
So yeah.
Right. The only thing that kind of makes it tough is how the ball is going to be spread around. So I don't think that there's going to be one guy on our offense who's just going to get the ball nonstop. We have too many weapons for that. So, comparing it to a guy who's on a team where he's the man and he's getting the ball, 14, 15 times a game is going to be different. We're going to have guys who have big games, kind of like our running back core. If you look at the best games these guys had, each one of them could play at a Pro Bowl level at some point, but none of them got the ball enough and were able to really do enough to make the Pro Bowl in comparison to guys like Christian McCaffrey who are in the game the whole game and just get the ball fed to them. But man,
you mentioned running back, so
Jalen Hurd is everything you look for.
True, but how did Mostert get left out of I don't know. Mostert hadn't taken off yet. How do you not put Mostert in the Pro Bowl as a running back? I guess because that 200-yard, over 200-yard game.
Enough.
Yeah, you need 1,000 yards on a season.
Right,
but like you're saying,
right. He didn't have a sexy enough whole season, but he's definitely Pro Bowl caliber. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I was heartbroken. I'm not sure if you recall because it was a couple years ago, but when he broke his forearm
against the Raiders, he was doing number that night too.
Yep. Yes, definitely. But he wasn't in the eyes of a lot of the fans. Not many fans saw what we had in Mostert. He was a guy who, look, he has promise. But I'm like, nah, this dude is a legit stud, man. He's a legit stud. He's going to be great.
He was. And he just, and after that Raider game, I didn't get loud or crazy about it. You know how some people jump on some players' bandwagons and go crazy. I just said, I got to tell you, every time Mostert plays, he seems to outplay Matty B. That's all I said.
Yep.
But I didn't keep it up.
He finds holes, man. It looks like, man, like our O-line isn't blocking or that defense is just too good. There's no holes. And Mostert gets in there, and the dude is reeling off 6-7 yards a pop.
Mm-hmm. He can accelerate so quickly. If you give him a crease, like Gale Sayers, you give me 6 inches of daylight, and I'm out of
18 inches of daylight, man. All I need is 18 inches of daylight.
And he's gone.
No doubt.
Wow.
Gale Sayers was my guy, too. The first number I ever wore in football when I played at 7 years old was number 40 because I loved Gale Sayers.
He was amazing.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, Jalen Hurd, man, he's going to be a stud. I think he's going to be his playing style will probably be the closest to Terrell Owens out of any receiver that we've had. The closest I'd say up to this point
and everything,
was maybe Anquan Bolden, but Anquan he didn't have that finesse part of his game either because T.O. was a bully, but he also had everything else. His route running was stellar.
Yep.
Speed, agility. T.O., man, you know I'm doing a documentary about him.
I know.
Can't
See,
wait to
if
drop
you
it,
didn't
bro.
know, Mel is maybe T.O.'s biggest fan. I know I'm a big fan, but Mel's got everybody covered on that. Man,
No
when are you
doubt.
doing that? When are you doing it? You posting it up currently, or
Yes.
are you going to put it in a
Yeah,
part
it's
series?
going to be on my YouTube channel. I'm doing it in sections. I'm doing segments. So, the first part is going to be his career with us. Then the next part will be his career in Philly. And then I'm ending it off with, the Cowgirls and
the Star and
Oh,
everything.
no, that's the third part. And then that's the third part, the Cowgirl. From the Cowgirls on to the end of his career. And then the fourth segment is going to be everything leading up to his Hall of Fame induction and the snubs and even the top 100 snub and all of that business.
Mel, when you going to kick this off?
Well, I started shooting already, so I'm going to be. It should be dropping like right around the time camp starts. It'll be dropping.
All right. And give out what is your channel? Mel's on. If Mel's
my
on
channel is Jersey
chat,
Niner.
Right? Jersey Niner.
Yeah, my channel is Jersey Niner on YouTube. My Instagram page is Bang Bang Niner Gang NJ. I am the originator of that Bang Bang. That's why you know what time it is when you hear that.
Just type in Bang Bang. If you search him, you'll get the rest. You'll see Mel. All right.
Yep, Jersey Niner.
There you go.
So,
check out. Mel's going to keep
Shout
us
out to
informed
my
as when he starts.
Paulie G, man.
Oh, yeah, Paulie.
God,
I forget about Paulie. I haven't talked to him so long.
Uncle Paulie. Yeah, that's my guy. All right, Ronbo. Shout out to Dion, too. Dion is the bro.
All right.
All right, my bro.
Mel Leo.
All right, Ronbo, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right,
Mel Leo. How about them Cowgirls? Raider Joes. Yeah.
Night, Mel.
All right, Ronbo.
Oh, God.
Yes, sir. Have a good night. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Hey, Ellis.
Ronbo.
Ellis, you was taking care of some business, weren't you? He's in it right now. What? Go ahead.
No, my bad, fam. I'm over here finishing up this pizza with the family. I just got back.
That's even more fun.
Are we good? Are we good for a few more, or are we about to close out?
I know. I was just. We were just waiting on you. If you're having pizza, listen. Nobody is a more pizza guy than me. That's sacred food. You go ahead and enjoy it.
Can I imaginarily, if that's even a damn word, send something to you, my brother? It's chicken garlic gourmet or pepperoni. Which one you want, brother?
You got pepperoni. You got more than one style? What do you got?
I got pepperoni, and then I got a chicken garlic gourmet.
Oh, I like that chicken garlic gourmet. Anything that's got garlic in it. You got extra cheese?
Absolutely, we can add it. We can modify it. It's all good. I got you.
I'm as bad as the Ninja Turtles when it comes to the pizza, man. No, yeah, go ahead. You go ahead. You want me? I'll come back to you. Want me to do that?
Please, Champ.
All right, you go ahead.
I'll be done just a bit.
All right, take your time.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Champ. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Now don't never bother a man when he's having pizza. Hey, Krusty.
Yo.
Sonny, we're talking about pizza, and then the next name I see is Krusty. It all fits together.
Yeah, Krusty pizza.
As a matter of fact, you know what's so funny? Because traditional style is, the thin crust and everything. Your pizza connoisseurs, and usually it's guys from the East Coast, when they come out to Cali, man, you guys can't make any pizza out here. What? Yeah, what is with this crust, man? It's like, I don't need a loaf of bread with pizza toppings on it. I want a pizza. And I'm saying, you know what? Then give me that, and you just don't eat it. I mean, I like all kinds of pizza. It doesn't matter what the crust is. If it tastes good, I want it. It's about the cheese and the sauce and the toppings. Krusty, I don't know. Where is this going? Let me stop. I know I wanted Jalen Hurd, Krusty. Oh, God. These food tangents. But anyway, I was just going to
Well, if we're going to go with pizza and crust.
Oh,
pizza and crust. I like the Papa Murphy's pizza. Their crust is like fresh bread right out of the oven.
Oh, God. And you bite, and your teeth just sink into it for a few seconds. And then you finally hit the toppings. And if the bread is done right, oh God. Oh, okay.
I agree.
Producers giving me trouble now. Go ahead, Chrissy.
I want to say something first off. Apparently my Las Vegas showgirls hasn't stuck, so If we're gonna go with Las Vegas Chippendales, we're gonna go with the Saturday Night version, Chris Farley version. That's what we're gonna say that they are. They're not just regular Chippendales. They're like the fat, ugly ones.
Farley definitely did not look good in the thong. That's
right.
What a terrible thing to bring up. I just brought back my memory of that. Oh, yuck. He was such a funny guy, though. Well, Raiders are kind of funny,
I
too,
know.
actually.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
When it comes to Jalen Hurd, I have to actually see something other than a preseason game.
I agree.
I want to see him actually go into a real game and do the kind of stuff that he did during that game. I want to see that first.
That's fair.
Like when I heard that Deebo went down, that kind of worried me a lot because he's the best receiver we've had since Anquan Bolden. In my
That's
opinion.
Joe Staley. Joe Staley said he's the best he's ever seen. And Joe's only been around.
Right.
Jordan's been around for 13 years, but that's post TO, so he didn't see TO, and that just tells you something about the wide receivers we've had down through the years. So as a rookie, Jalen, I mean, he impressed Joe. So and Joe's seen a lot.
Right. And until Deebo comes back, I honestly think, from what I've seen, I think Brandon Ayuk would be a better replacement for him at this very moment in time. Because Jalen Hurd, he's still technically a rookie because he's never played a snap of a real game before. So he's no better than Jalen. He's no better than Brandon Ayuk at all.
Exactly. Agree.
So I actually see Brandon Ayuk taking a bigger role than him at this very moment and stuff. But if Jalen Hurd comes out and does what I've heard he's going to do and whatnot, I think he's going to be a beast as well.
Oh, and Krusty, also apply your thinking down to also the fact that Hurd in an offensive snap, if he comes on the field, it works the DC's mind something awful. You don't know what he's going to do, and then you got these other two guys. You don't know what they're going to do either, because you got Hurd on the field. You got George on the field. God knows what he's going to do, right? If I'm the DC, I'm sitting there, oh, Jesus Christ.
Right.
And there's Jerick McKinnon in the backfield. Ah, God. What are you guys going to do? Ah, man.
Well, it's not even Jerick McKinnon, because other than what we've seen in Minnesota and stuff, we haven't seen him do anything as a Niner yet. It could be Tevin Coleman in the backfield. It could be Mozart and stuff. And you know what I think the Niners should do? I think they should come out this next year and they should ram it down their throat like they did at the beginning of the year to start off with. So when it comes down to the fact, later in the year, they're not going to know what the hell's going to happen. Because if we got our run game like we did last year, and then you throw a wide receiver core that they don't understand what the hell's going to happen. Are they going to run the ball? Are they going to throw the ball? Are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? DC's just going to sit there as like, well, we got a 50-50 chance on this. Either way, we're going to get screwed. Something's going to happen, and we're not going to like the outcome regardless of what it is.
And, Chris, if you're the head coach, do you want to hear DC talking like that?
No.
That's hilarious. He doesn't know what to do.
Well, it's not only that. It's like I kept hearing, like, after the Green Bay game, like, oh, Garoppolo only threw 8 passes, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, well, he didn't have to throw the ball. You guys couldn't stop Mostert at all. Why would we even chance it?
200, how many yards? Did Mostert
220 yards.
Oh, my God. In a playoff game. How many TDs? 4? I mean, he beat him by himself. I mean, how many the Packers had? 2?
Right. Like, after that game, I watched the Skip and Shannon show, and friggin' Shannon was like, the DCs and other players were like, please, Jimmy, throw the ball. Please, we want you to throw the ball. Stop running it down our throat, because we can't stop it. Give us a chance here,
That's...
If we can keep that up, there's nothing that any of the freaking defenses can do across the NFL. Because we shut down the pass rush just for the simple fact of Mostert running the ball. There was no pass rush. Even though they had Za'Darius, who is they consider one of the best pressuring, defensive ends in the league, he couldn't do shit.
He's getting handled.
He was trying to. He didn't know, are they going to throw it? Do I have the time to rush the passer, or are they going to hand it off here? And they hand it off to Mozart. What am I going to do? Shit, how many 30-yard runs did he have during that game?
Just like back to back. It was just ridiculous. The 49ers are creating holes all game long.
Well, there was that one really long run, his first touchdown. I don't think anybody touched him. And it was like a 30-yard run to the end zone.
And did you see, Krusty, you've seen players like this up close. It's really funny. It doesn't look like they're moving as fast as they are on the screen. But if you're on the field, you can see how the other guys, the defenders, look as if they're moving in slow motion because this guy's speed is world class. So when he starts to explode, he's not even working hard, but he's moving at an incredible rate of speed. Love to watch him run.
He just think about Mostert. He doesn't need to do anything but one cut. And once he does that one cut, if you don't stop up at the line of scrimmage, he's going to make it through the the secondary, and then he's going to get it to farther and farther, and you're going to have to sit there and wonder if a DB is going to be able to take him down, or a safety or something like that. Because if he gets past the D line, the linebacker ain't going to stop him.
No. So he's
it's
busting
not gonna
downfield. And then all he's got to do is take an angle on the safety. So it's he's a problem, and his quickness is cat-like too. So he's got cat-like quickness. That's how he gets through those tiny little holes so quickly without being touched, or just a guy gets his fingernails on him. And then he's got that world-class speed. So now it's definitely over. I love watching him work.
Right.
Oh man.
Right.
So.
And the way that the Niners go is they give it to the hot hand every time. So you're going to have to sit there and wonder which running back's going to have the ball this game. Is it going to be Telvin Coleman? Is it going to be Jerick McKinnon? Is it going to be Mostert? Which wide receiver is going to get the ball this game? Because if you stop one, there's another one.
Yep.
Are you going to be able to stop this one?
Yeah.
And if they get hot, there ain't nobody stopping them.
And you start keying on one guy, and now that's when Jimmy does what he does in 2017. He's spraying all over the field till the guys got double-digit yardage. Now that's what Kyle Shanahan's offense is running on all pistons. That's why when I say Jerick McKinnon, now McKinnon's going to be a gadget-like player, most likely, because you got the hardcore running backs we got.
Right.
You're going to put Jerick McKinnon out there and make those mismatches on those linebackers. There's not a linebacker in the NFL that's going to do anything with Jerick McKinnon anyway. He's just too quick.
Right.
This is just Kyle is building a machine that is going to be unbeatable. I love it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Well, Chris,
I'm.
Oh, go ahead. Finish that.
I'm sick and tired of people talking. Huh?
No, go ahead. I want to hear that thought because we're out of time. But go ahead.
Oh, I'm sick and tired of people talking crap about Jimmy because in 2017 he came in, no knowledge of the system at all. He came in. They gave him a very simplistic. Very simplistic playbook, and he went through and he beat every team that he started the game with. And then I hear them talk about Nick Mullins, and it's just like Nick Mullins was in the same kind of predicament as Jimmy when Jimmy went down and with the C.J. Beathard and stuff. But Nick Mullins did not pull off what Jimmy Garoppolo pulled off in the other game. Nick Mullins isn't even the same caliber as Jimmy Garoppolo.
I fully agree.
In the first full season we have with him, he takes us to the Super Bowl. Full season, he takes us to the Super Bowl. You got to sit there and he's like, he doesn't know the playbook all the way. He was rehabbing his freaking knee all training season. He didn't play his fullest in the beginning of the season, maybe not even in the end of the season. He was still scared. Yeah. Now he's got all this time with everybody. Yeah. And it's just like, you really think you're going to stop us now? Yeah. Give us whoever you want. It ain't going to happen.
Our time is coming about supporting Jimmy G. All that's going to hush. He's not rehabbing his knee this year like he was at this time last year. He's out there working. People are going to shut the hell up very soon. All right, hey,
I agree.
Rusty, we got to go.
10 my ass. Yeah, sorry about that.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
No, it's okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll talk to you tomorrow. Later.
All right.
Bye.
And we go to MGM.
What's going on, Ronbo?
MGM, man, we're sitting here tonight. I put the spotlight on Jalen Hurd, and it's interesting just to think about how good this offense is possibly going to be if all of Kyle Shanahan's plans come together, which included Jalen Hurd, which is one of the main reasons why they picked him up, because they knew that there are no voids in this offense if Hurd plays up to potential. But what do you think?
I think he's going to be spotlight, definitely, with Deebo down. Running back, tight end, receiver hybrid. I mean, why can't it be a tight end? Why can't it be a tight end too? I mean,
he could be. He's got the size.
I think he can run block really well. I mean, imagine, I think when the Patriots had Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez, dual threat tight ends.
Man,
right?
they were so tough that year. and we could have the same kind of thing. Oh.
I mean, Shanahan did go after Hooper, right? So he was looking for that kind of, right? That kind of edge, right? I mean, why not? I mean, maybe he wasn't really looking for Hurd to fill that more receiver role, but I think Hurd has the body, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's what he's. His thing is, Hurd is like, if you're going to build a football player, he would look like Jalen Hurd. Why? Because Jalen Hurd's got a lot of speed, he's got a lot of size, and he's got a real nasty. I mean, you see him playing. You can see Jalen Hurd has no respect for anybody when he's on the field. So I said, fear? None. So this guy's perfect if we could just keep him healthy.
Yeah, I mean, he reminds me, I think Metcalf, right, from Seattle, raw prospect. Huge physical
DK.
guy, right?
Yeah.
He reminds me of Metcalf, but more versatile.
He's got a little higher skill level. Yeah, you're right though. You're right. Size, 6'4", 6'5". Yeah.
Big physical guy. I remember in the draft, they were just talking. He was just a vertical threat, athletic, just super athletic. Can't really run routes. Raw prospect. I think
that's Metcalf. But Jalen, no, Jalen. He has an army of skills. That's a good That's a good comparison. It's limited in as much as you can compare because Jalen can go deep too. But DK's got a little more speed. DK's ridiculously fast straight away. So if he's streaking downfield, he's going to beat Jalen. But Jalen can do everything else better.
Oh yeah, way more versatile. I think we could maybe. I mean, just to think. I don't know. Shanahan's probably tinkering right now with the plays they're going to use with them. I think he's going to be the next man up. Honestly. The kind of surprise player. I know a lot of people. There's a lot of hype on him this year. Yeah. But a wildcat maybe some wildcat.
I hadn't thought about that.
Right.
That'd be interesting.
Right. I mean,
since he is a running back.
Shanahan's, right.
True. That is. See, there's no non-possibilities. Anything you can think of, give it to Jalen. You want to run a wildcat? Give it to Jalen. You need a guy in the slot?
Right.
6'5", 230 pounds coming out of the slot. Go ahead, run that play. Please.
Right.
Yeah. Put him on the outside.
Tackle me. Try and tackle me.
Put him on the outside. He's going to abuse the cornerback. Go ahead. Run that too.
Oh, yeah.
Put him in the backfield as a running back. Now the defensive line's on. Oh man, what's the plan here?
Right.
All right.
Right.
So yeah.
I mean, somebody's got to step up with Deebo down. I think he's going to be the guy to step up. I think Shanahan's going to spotlight him. For sure.
One of the guys. He could be one. And we still don't know what Ayuk's going to be able to do early on. This is my only question because I know he can play and I know he's probably going to be fine. I want to know how quick can he comprehend and segue into the NFL. That's the biggest question on him because everybody else is going to be fine.
Ayuk looks, like a really good prospect. He's got that crazy reach, right? That everybody was talking about in the draft.
Realize that. And he's got speed that nobody knew about, too. He runs a 4.3, 21 miles an hour. He's been clocked at 21 mph. I don't think anybody thought about it.
I think Breda, right?
Yeah, that's just a tick behind Breda.
Right there, right?
Yeah,
just beyond Breda. Yeah.
Breda goes 22 mph.
Let's see how his route running develops, but I think he's definitely a complementary piece, but I don't know if you're gonna. I think it's gonna be a team effort there with the Trent Taylor. I really like Trent Taylor coming.
Yeah, I know.
Back this year I think last year he was Jimmy G's favorite target, I believe, in the
2017
before he went down.
And between Trent and Marquise Goodwin. Those are Jimmy's favorite two guys that entire time when he was out there orchestrating that offense at that time. And the offensive line was really so-so. Remember, Trent Brown left, and we didn't have we had Carlos Hyde, I believe was running back. Yeah, it was Carlos Hyde and Matty B. There just weren't that many offensive weapons. This is why I scoff when people start saying, Jimmy G is just, we shouldn't have paid him too much. I said, good Lord, where did that mindset come from? See, we got, it's just too much to learn, and quickly you got to stop being Jimmy G, and you got to learn how to be Jimmy G in another fashion. Hello, it takes a second, so
right.
That's it. I'll wait. I'll get my moments.
No, 1 year. I mean, God, he's had a 1 year experience. That's it. His reading ability is not right.
Yeah, the first
His reading ability is not up to par yet. I mean, we went to the Super Bowl. God, what more do you want? We had a chance,
And remember, nearly 4,000 yards of offense. We got most of them in one game. He against that game against the Saints was absurd. But anyway, nearly 4,000 yards with guys dropping the ball early on in the season. No Emmanuel Sanders. Also, the run game being the predominant offensive attack, and he still managed nearly 4,000 yards. I got nothing but respect for him. So that's why I'm waiting to see what happens this year. So I can say, I told you. I can't wait. I love them I told you moments.
No, I mean, I think his upside is tremendous. His ceiling is still, I mean, God, even, I guess I keep on saying this, but they said Matt Ryan, it took 3 years for him to just get Shanahan's system down.
He was MVP in his second year with Shanahan.
Right.
But yeah, he had 2 full years though, so thing.
Right.
Hey, MGM, we're out of time. Let's see you tomorrow if you get a chance.
All right, Ronbo, have a good one.
You too, fam. Night. Is MGM? I keep forgetting to ask MGM, is he in Vegas? You got to run those kind of jokes. Let's see if Ellis could have had 4 or 5 pieces of pizza since the last I talked to him. Ellis does not look to me like a guy that eats pizza in the fashion that I do. Like, there ain't no go be another piece of pizza in my lifetime, so I got to eat this entire pizza by myself. When people be saying things like, hey, can somebody else have some pizza? I thought y'all had it. Ellis, you ain't greedy, though. Ellis, you're the kind of guy that I like to eat pizza with, that eats slowly and acts like there's other people at the table besides yourself.
Yeah, man, sharing is caring, like they say,
Yes, it is. I like that. That's a little bit of love.
Absolutely.
Hey, but Ellis, man, we're talking about, I'm loving me some Jalen Hurd tonight, man. But I'm just, what he brings to the table is really exciting. A lot of people have called in tonight, man, you know what? I am going to be cautiously optimistic. Even John Lynch used that term at one point in the year when they thought they was going to bring Jalen back. And he was saying we're being cautiously optimistic. So I don't know. What are you thinking?
I mean, it's warranted to be, cautious, just knowing the type of injury. You know what I mean? We always have to look at that. Injury is not just an injury until it has a specified name, and separates from all of the other injuries that could be easier to overcome or, not be as threatening to the career or in, the longevity in such a capacity. So, I mean, if he comes over the middle, I remember he took a good hit from that, when we played Dallas, and I think when he caught that, or when he ran it in and got that touchdown, that guy came and hit him. But he lowered his pads. But when they're coming to hit you at that kind of speed, or if he gets hit, while he could be going in one direction and somebody, you can get hit, when somebody going in the opposite direction.
Of course,
feels different. You know what I mean? And,
you could spin the wrong way.
Yeah, all
back
of those
gets
different
twisted.
things coming across the middle. Yeah, so it's just those kind of things. You know what I mean? Would bring natural caution. I mean, I'm definitely confident in what he can do. It's just all about will he be able to be healthy, you know what I mean? So I'm going to stand firm. I'm still excited, you know what I mean, because I know what he can do. But again, it's just all about will we be able to see that, actually materialize. That's the most valued point, and the most valued way to look at it. But you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with, being fired up because, he's worthy. Definitely worthy of being fired up as it's just, this entire team. So
because Ellis, he's got them huge stats in every position he's played. When he was a running back, he was just brutal. 1,000 yards, no problem. When he was a receiver, same story. I said, okay, this dude's just a jack of all trades, and he also likes to block. He can beat a man up. This dude, you put him anywhere in the field in the offensive attack. Wide receiver, running back, slot. He's just everything you need in a football player, and he does it well. And he's got all that size. He's a quintessential football player for offense when you look at him. So I'm looking forward to what he can bring to the table and how soon they can get him up to speed. That's just scary.
Yeah, it is because you don't really know what to, say, we get him a healthy, full healthy season. We'll be talking about this, same time next year about how, how he came and, he was able to put it down and overcome the injury. Ultimately, that's the most important part because we know he can do the work. We know what he's capable of. And of course, we haven't seen everything entirely, but we've seen enough to know, what I mean? We've got that eye to be able to spot, premier talent, a lot of us, because we love the game so much. A lot of these guys, they have that look, They have that sort of, kind of glow, that energy that you can see even, through damn television. You know what I'm saying? Okay, he's the player, He's got it.
And you see it right quick, like you say. Absolutely.
Yeah, and so Brandon, I feel like he's gonna do some things. I don't know if he's gonna have as great as a season as Deebo did, but he might be close to it. And he has the potential to even, surpass it if, it doesn't take him as long to get, acclimated with the playbook. Because I know that was kind of the issue with Deebo last year. Had he been able to, you know what I mean? So if you look at it, so it's all up to him. You know what I mean? As I said the other day, whether or not he's choosing to be as studious as he can be, so he's able to, and ask questions. You could keep reading something over and over again. I don't mean you're going to understand it.
I was getting ready to say.
So you might need a different perspective and a different view. So make sure you get that, reach out to somebody. Go ahead, Champ.
No, I said you need. I was getting ready to say I was going to agree with you because you need the coaches. Because if you're sitting in a classroom situation and you know how it is, the coach is up there saying things. You don't want to slow his roll too much. But if you got other coaches, you can go over to Welker and say, "Hey, yo, coach, you know that one point where coach said blah 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 blah. Tell me, what's my role in that? Again, I need that." And Welker's just say, let's go over here. Let's, hey, Kendrick, let's get a few guys. We're going to run the play. And, you now you can get it, So that's what we're missing now, which worries me with players like Ayuk. I need these guys to get close supervision between now and time to start running the game. So.
Yeah, well, the PFF has picked him. Did you see he's picked number 1, right? The PFF had picked him for, I'm not sure what the exact category was. But I noticed that they have Brandon Ayuk picked for
Ellis, your microphone, we lost your sound.
Fantasy football heading into 2020 after Deebo. So that's Deebo news because they feel like I was saying, he may actually get even more of an opportunity. That's why I was saying that the other night. Yeah. I feel like that's going to open up the floodgates for him because he's already, they're like twins. You know what I mean?
And you're saying give Ayuk some of Deebo's plays, and that would be ideal too if he could do it. But like I said, it took Deebo about 5-6 weeks before he really started looking to get comfortable. He had a few times when he made some great moves downfield, but he didn't hold on to the ball, and he got over that, and then he became Deebo. Thanks to Dante Pettis. Deebo should thank Dante every day. If you would have been screwing up, I might not have got into the game as soon as I did. I'm just playing, Dante.
Yeah. We got high hopes, man. We got to talk our shit here and there. But hopefully Dante does overcome it, man, he can come in and be a football player. That's what the hell he got drafted to the NFL for. So
yes.
if he can just come and play like it, we don't got nothing to say. That's just what we expect and what he should expect of himself. And I think he does. I think he got a little wake up call. So we'll ease up on him a little bit, or I will at least for the time being. And I'll wait to see if he could overcome that and within himself, because
I got faith in him. I really believe he will. At least show us more than last
Brandon
year.
Ayuk. Yeah, imagine Ayuk inside and outside getting the same kind of plays, but then also getting plays because he can play inside and out. He's long. He's longer than he's got that longer reach and stuff like that. I feel like when it comes to going up and catching the ball or going up and getting it, he's gonna definitely win that battle more times than not. And so that's gonna be something else that's interesting. You know what I mean? It's kind of like almost as like having a George or Jalen, because they're tall and big bodies. You can kind of throw it up and let them go get it. That's what we need a guy, Juwan Jennings, of course. So, and we're golden, man.
We
got those colors. We got those colors for a reason.
Because that's what I'm saying, Dante. Do you cut Jennings and keep Dante? See, okay. Here's another thing, Ellis. Dante, I'm convinced there is a fear factor with him. I did see him abort on plays a couple of times because he heard footsteps or he anticipated contact. And I said, yo, coaches tell you about that. You're not a wide receiver if you're concerned with the contact in close like that. And Dante, I've seen him do that more than once. So I don't know if he's going to be able to survive in the NFL if he's concerned with that. Because in the beginning, he did that right from training camp. Because I thought maybe you get in the NFL and you're not used to the force and strength of that grown man hitting you coming across the middle. And I thought that would make me scare him away. But he didn't even wait for that. He did that in training camp in his first year. I said, we may have. Well, maybe he doesn't want to get hurt before the season starts. And then that continued during the season. I said, I don't know about that, Dante. And then he got hurt. And that probably confirmed in his own mind whatever he was afraid of. He's laying down there in the dirt. And then, take him off the field. And now he's snake bitten. Okay, I'm hoping maybe his dad, who's a professional athlete, or somebody else got together and, listen, this is the path you chose. You're going to get paid whether you get hurt. But the point is, Dante, you got to go out there and you put it in yourself in there 100%. You can't be showing no fear because that's not what you do. Learn to protect yourself, but you got to play the game. That's the way it works. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. I hope he does. He's got skills up the crazy, like skills. So.
Yeah, it's all up to him, and hopefully this is a time for him to, with all these high caliber players, coming in and just different things that is going on, and being that he didn't really have a good season, this should motivate him to want to make sure that he steps it up. I wouldn't say get rid of Juwan Jennings. I wouldn't even do it.
Ooh.
I wouldn't do it. I would try to keep him and try to lock him into even to a little deal like we did Salvon Ahmed, if we can find a way to make some things happen. As long as he's looking promising, that is. I don't want to just say, let's go right ahead and sign him. Obviously they're signing the guys that they feel there's a little bit more significant of of a chance that they're going to benefit the team more than not. So they sign them automatically. But hopefully we can get Juwan in there too, because I don't think that's one of the tallest guys that we'll have as just a straight wide receiver from, if I'm not mistaken. And,
And he's 60.
in the red zone. Are you kidding me? I mean, you throw that up, you throw it up off the glass like it's basketball, and he's gonna go up and put it in. I'm just saying you can look at it as easy as that. You know what I mean? That's how it should be, at least.
I agree. And he's mean and nasty. I love a big, mean, nasty dude. If you could put him in that position, because now cornerbacks and everybody else out there, y'all are the ones that have a problem, not Juwan. If anything, you need to be ready for what's getting ready to come your way now. I got Jalen coming across the other side. I got George coming out of slot. I'm going to put Kendrick Bourne in there, too, just because he's so good at this. I tell you what, boy, the offensive attack. Woo!
Game over. Game over. What about Jamal Adams? What are you thinking about him before we go? I've been seeing it, man, and I mean,
I don't want to trade for
him. I know Jaquaski's coming up. What are you thinking?
It would take up too much. It's too much money. We can't pay. You know how many guys we got next year we got to pay? Trent Williams and George Kittle are priority one. Then you got Juice's contract in next year. You got Kwasi's contract in the next year. Now you can trade Kwasi and package up a deal, but you still haven't paid. I don't know what Jamal thinks he's worth, but if he just could come over and complain about the money, it's going to be difficult because we got too many guys we got to pay. All in 1 year contracts. Some of these guys are going to have to go next year as it is, but we got to get some of these guys back and adding to that bill, because I like that. That's why when people start hollering about every star out there, when they say AB, okay, you go bring AB in, how you go pay him? With food stamps? He ain't going for that. And that's why I'm saying you got to think about the cost. Great, these guys are great, but man, that's gonna be tough. I wonder what Adams wants, though. I mean, I'm curious.
Somebody's going to sign him. Somebody's going to sign him because he's great. I hope Seattle don't get, as long as nobody in the NFC West gets him. You know what I mean? In the West, I'll say. I'm sure. I know they were talking about him going to Dallas because that was, kind of his home. I don't think they have any money. Is that what I thought that was something I heard, that Dallas didn't have enough money to retain?
Everybody's going to Dallas. Remember Earl Thomas? Earl Thomas is going to Dallas. I said, okay, go ahead. I want to see how much they pay him, because they already had what's his name holding out, and I believe they got him to finally sign. What's that defensive end? Anyway. They had him. I think they were trying to franchise tag him. They finally got a contract. But the thing is, if your team has hit the cap ceiling, you just can't continue to bring everybody in. There's no money. So I always laugh at this.
Right.
But we'll see. Oh, man.
Yeah. Ellis, well, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you. Go ahead, family. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say we got to pull up here. But go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I was going to say, hey, man, I'll take it's a flip a coin, man. Dante Pettis or Dante Johnson, man. Who y'all taking? That's what the hell I want to see in the comments. Who y'all taking? Dante Pettis or Dante Johnson? Who we keeping, y'all? I'm
going to write that down. I got to run that because we're getting ready to go, but I got to run that on the chat tomorrow. Yeah. What a choice, right? You got to think about that for a minute. I mean, normally you would say if Dante was playing up to his potential, there would not be any question to this. It's Dante. But between the two Dantes, now see this, I don't know right now, because Dante's got to stop
They're both
around.
real big time underdogs too, and Dante Johnson got smoked and beat up. The only thing that he's gained in is a little bit of weight and some muscle. However, you know what I mean. He has gotten some experience, though. I'm not just going down it, but boy, he used to piss me off so many games. I can't even tell you why, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Not only you.
Yes, family. I appreciate. All of us. I appreciate you, fam. As always, man. Shout out to the Niner faithful, man, and y'all. We coming back tomorrow night.
We Monday Night Raw.
We Monday Night Raw on it. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Shout out to you. I'll download that Ronbo Sports app, man. Hit the like, subscribe. Shout out to the chat, man. Ronbo, thank you again, fam.
Thanks, Ellis. Have a great night. Looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow.
You too, champ.
All right.
Always, peace.
And I noticed, hey, Jordan Barrett, just now seeing you in here, man. He says, KB tweeted at Dez today, thoughts on Dez to San Francisco. I'm the wrong guy to ask. 2 years ago, they was trying to bring Dez in. Dez ain't got no speed. He's not winning the physical matchups anymore. He was dropping the ball. No. I got no love for Dez. He's done. I got a guy like that already if I could just get him up to speed. Jalen Hurd is big, physical, wins the battles. That's what Dez was famous for. I think Jalen can run faster than Dez. I'm pretty sure. So why? I don't like it. No. Anyway, but thanks for that contribution, fam. Alex McDermott, is that right? Did I pronounce that right? Dermott? I just hope you're having a good day. Hey, Alex, thanks, man. Thanks. And I appreciate the contribution as well. Yeah, it's been a great day. It's going to get better. I can figure we've already hit rock bottom as far as what's going on with the planet. So I figure there's no place to go up from here. No place to go from here but up. So I said that 3 weeks ago, too, and we seem to have hit another low. No more new lows, please. Got my guys hunkered down in Nashville because they're under quarantine. 16 guys. They can't move. It'll get better. It'll get better. Fam, I'm seeing tomorrow night Raw. It's more fun time for night of football, which always makes you feel better. Please hit that like, fam. I'll see ya. Have a good night. Niners! Oh. I feel better already just doing that.